2.
The Supernatural Dogshit podcast is controversial and confrontational and may cause offense to some. Listener discretion is advised.
Good evening, one. Good evening, all. How are we this evening?
Fantabulous.
You don't look fantabulous.
I feel it.
I thought that was a rhetorical question for the audience.
No, that was for you two.
Oh.
Assholes.
Yeah, I'm all right being here.
Yeah.
Well, I have to look at you. It can't be that great.
Yeah, right?
Very low energy tonight.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm hoping by the time we get in 10 minutes.
He has low energy.
Yeah, I know me. That's what I said.
Yeah, do you know why he's got low energy? Because he's 40 years of age.
Wow.
Yeah, because you old.
And suck on the back end of my crotch.
Take it out. Anyway, do your thing.
Good evening. So in studio, as always, with me, we have Mr. Nathan. I wrote it down. Smelly House Lynham.
One show I will get a good introduction.
And
Once.
Mr. Ed Bojangle Harris. I was in the shower like 20 minutes ago and I was going, what am I going to call Ed? Hadn't a clue.
And that's the best you could come
Mr.
up with.
Bojangles.
Your shower thoughts, and that's all they could
That's
produce.
all I could think of. Now,
That's weak.
in fairness,
Yeah.
I did have a quickie while I was in the shower.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You better not
There you
plug.
go.
You better not plug up that drain.
Well, how? With sperm?
Yeah, semen goes all gloopy when it comes in contact with
It's
water.
not
and
going to clog up the bleeding
No, but all your
drain.
pubes and that will wash down the sink, and they'll attach to it, and then we'll suddenly have a big clog in the
I
pipes.
am not reefing out of my pubic hair.
No, but it's going to
It's
naturally fall out, and
it's
my
my
pubes are going to
penis.
go there.
Can I just say it's
And
too
with-
early in the show for
It
this?
is way too early in the
Move
show.
it on.
We actually have a very special guest in the studio with us tonight. We have Miss Ash Corrigan.
Hey.
Corrigan, yeah?
Corrigan. Yeah.
Corrigan, yeah.
That's me.
So, Ash, when you're talking into the mic, just try and talk about...
Make love to it.
not into it, but past it like
Past
this.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And kind of come close.
Exactly. It's like you've got a normal mic there.
Got a quite
That hand gesture was enough. That was good.
few things to get through to this evening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be talking about feminism. This is why we have Ash in the studio, because Ash was here last night in the studio with myself, Mr. Harris, and your boyfriend,
Anto.
Anto.
And she doesn't
The
remember
singer of
anything.
Awakened Dominion.
I do.
You what?
He's the singer
Just
of
at the
Awakened
end of
Dominion.
I know that. I know that.
Did you?
Look at you plugging the band.
Yeah, I was
again.
about to say-
Greatest metal band in Ireland.
Sneaky plug.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the name I had for you. Crap.
What?
I had a name for you.
What?
It was Ed.
No,
I
do
have
you know
terrible-
what? Do you know what? You're going to have to save it till next week.
Yeah,
Next
I
Yeah,
will,
too late.
I'll save it for next
I
Can we
might
do a
even
quick
be
special
here.
shout out to our sponsor?
Please do.
socialqr.xyz. All your social media and a QR code all in one
Yeah.
place. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Okay. And anything else you'd like to do there?
You can contact us on 085 2727 212.
That's text or WhatsApp. Also, if you want to like and subscribe on YouTube, don't forget to do that. Hit that notification bell.
Robbing my job.
You're terrible at it.
I'm not.
Off you go.
We're on Facebook. Give us a like, give us a follow. We're on Instagram. After the show, we'll be on Podbean and Spotify. And go to the website, supernaturaldogshit.com.
Indeed.
And we did Twitter.
Oh,
And
crap.
don't forget we updated our bios for the.
Oh, yeah, go
polls
read about
this
us.
week. Yeah, go read about Nathan.
Yeah.
My bio is really weird.
In fairness, we did have a much better bio.
Oh, we had a much better one, but we figured we'd spare
It
humanity.
involved the
truth.
word pregnancy.
Oh, it did.
Avoided or involved?
Involved.
Heavily.
Okay.
Involved.
And if you go to my Instagram, you'll see our new sign we got on the wall.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I was going
yeah.
to leave that for my part of the story.
Yeah.
So,
I stole that too.
Mr. Lynham,
Yes,
you know what I'm going to ask.
I know what you're going to ask.
What am I going to ask?
Did anything happen to you?
Yeah, during the week.
Nothing very exciting, but I was in Lidl about half an hour ago.
Okay.
You know what's the best thing that can happen to you in Lidl?
What's that?
When the person in front of you has loads of shopping.
And they tell
and
you
they
to
let you
skip
skip
ahead.
the queue.
Yeah.
Great.
So shout out to that person who let me skip the queue.
There's
Those-
some good people in the world.
There is.
Unsung heroes of the weekly shop.
Yeah. A segment.
What?
That's a segment.
Unsung heroes?
Unsung heroes. Richie, that's going to be your
There's
segment.
not many unsung heroes to go on that, is there?
Not in this room anyway.
Not here, no.
Maybe Ash.
I'm only here for a few minutes so far. You'd already know the answer to that question.
So, Mr. Harris, what exciting stuff have you got to tell us? Don't start. Don't start. He hasn't even.
I haven't even opened my mouth
He
yet.
hasn't opened his mouth, for God's sake, and you're already starting.
I'm going to shove Nathan's head up his arse
Okay.
on air, and then I'm going to bring him on Sunday to the Clara Market.
You get
Try
And
to
I'm
nothing.
sell him off.
going to sell him off as an exotic jug handle.
You'll get
very
nothing from me. Nothing.
€2.
It's too bad.
So, Mr. Harris,
Yep.
anything interesting?
Well, I did get a new job.
Oh, you did get a new
I
job.
did get a new job. for
And
the
you're going to be
first time
working
in
with
ages.
very famous people.
I am going to be working with famous people.
Ah, we
Can
can't
you-
say who.
Oh, we can't.
No.
Well, congratulations on your new job.
Congrats.
Yeah, well done. Can we say who?
I wouldn't.
Okay, leave
Okay,
it. Leave
fair
it.
enough.
Early days yet.
Really important people. Yeah. Like super famous.
No one's important. We discussed this
Super famous
last night.
people.
when we were
Okay, super
discussing
famous.
Middle East.
Oh, excuse
Uber
me.
famous.
Yeah, uber famous, yeah.
So, Ash,
Yeah.
anything interesting, wild, or wonderful happened during the week?
No, which is great. Uneventful weeks are
The best kind.
few and far between, and they're welcomed.
No,
No.
news is good news.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that poor Ash, is hanging together here.
Yeah.
She had to be convinced.
I did a bit of convincing.
Coaxed.
Yeah.
I,
Go on.
I used the old Mrs. Doyle. I said, go on, go on, go on. And it worked.
And she did come around, but you are seriously suffering from a hangover.
I am, but look. The
But you're a
drunk is the
trooper.
devil. It's the cause and solution to all of life's problems.
Ah, I like that.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't drink, so I don't know.
Loser.
You're missing
You
out.
used to drink. I remember swapping an engine out there and you poisoned me with absinthe once.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I poisoned you very much so.
So,
Yeah. three shots of this. Oh, no, it didn't taste bad, but by God, 3 shots in, I was polluted trying to get that engine into the car.
Yeah, in fairness, Richie was as well, wasn't he?
Was he? Oh, yeah, he didn't drive
But
back
I didn't.
then.
I
That was years
even
ago,
at
though.
that time, I didn't drink. So
Yet you had absinthe.
yes, because I never had absinthe before, so we
Madman.
decided, yes, I will try it on that one occasion.
Ah.
Did smoke a little doobie with it as well, and didn't help.
No, we were all very messy by the end of that. I seem to remember getting told off when I went in because I went out to fix the car and I came in
did.
drunk.
Yes, you did.
so, Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
did anything happen to you this
We
week?
got a new sign.
Oh, wow. It is,
Yes.
it's really nice.
We got an LED, what looks like neon sign
Yeah.
on the wall in the studio. The Supernatural Dogshit.
What, about 4 foot across? 3 foot?
That's 3 foot.
3 foot across?
Yeah.
It's a big sign.
It is a big sign. It looks
Ah,
pretty
it's
decent.
It's 3.5.
And one other thing, the guys who came down to install it today, we had John and Mark.
They said they were going to listen to the show tonight.
So I hope they are listening. Shout out to the lads. They've
Yeah.
done a great job.
They did fantastic work.
Really nice guys as well,
Really
stand-up guys.
Lunatics, especially Mark.
Yeah, we love you, Mark.
Yeah, crazy guy. Like, he told us all his stories. Now, in fairness, we did open up a little bit and tell him our stories as well.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of got a bit crazy, the stuff that we were talking about that we won't say on
Yeah,
air.
what did he say? He said, I've never been to a job in all my years of work and I've never had a conversation like this. Yeah. So,
Hopefully we're actually going to get Mark on the show because he wanted to tell his personal story.
which we won't tell right now.
No, we can't. We shouldn't
It's
tell it on
his
air.
story to tell.
It is his story, and we would only be taking away from it
Yeah.
if we
Yep.
Fair play to you,
told
Mark.
the story. So, over to
Is that
Mr.
really all
Ryan.
that happened to you?
Yeah, that's all I have to be. What else
That's
can I
true.
say?
He's just been here doing
And, yeah.
nothing. You know, sitting in his wife front
Sitting
eating Cheez-Its.
He had a shower today for
First
the
of
first
all-
time in 3 days.
I don't wear white fronts because they're like uber gay, super gay. White fronts, nah. White fronts are for either really fit guys who can pull them off,
Which you are not.
or fat paedophiles sitting in front of a computer
Which you are.
with,
yes.
with egg yolk running down the front of their jocks. Yeah, that's who they're for. They're not, not for me.
I know someone
Thanks for
went
that,
into a local. He was a TD at the time, and they had to give him a brown envelope, obviously, to push forward the planning permission, but to actually go in and give it to him, not to see him hung over, sitting in his bed with his big gorilla belly and his flappy man ditties sticking out. And they just said that the egg dribbling down his chest hair
Sorry,
was something that had haunted him forever.
I only said this to you. Was it yesterday or last night? One of the days I said to you, why is it when you speak, people fall asleep?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
As soon
All
as-
right, fine, I'll
as
show
soon-
you about
As soon as you said the word TD, I was like, oh.
Jesus.
Ash, you know Ed.
I do.
Do you find his stories boring and tedious?
No.
God damn it.
God damn it.
We pick on Ed on this show.
Thanks, Ash.
Yeah, that's the whole
Got your
idea.
back.
Yeah, this entire supernatural dog shit was purely set up just to
Don't
take the
worry,
piss out of
don't
you.
worry. Me and Ash still have a whole show to fall out over.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure it will happen.
Yeah.
A
But
whole
look, we'll
show.
still be friends at the end.
This whole show.
Can I do a
this
quick
show?
Yeah, this show.
Quick
Okay.
shout out to Richie's here,
Yes.
Gary Gallagher's here, JJ's here.
Unreal.
Gary-
All the boys.
Gary says, "Oh, the effing F word. This should be a good topic tonight."
Oh, the F and F word, feminism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
This is why we have a female perspective in the audience.
Exactly.
In the audience? No, in the studio.
In the
It's not
studio.
just an audience.
Oh, and actually, Richie's going to ring in at 10 p.m.
Oh, crap. We have to set that up.
I'll sort
We'll
it.
do it during the ad
We'll
break.
do it during
I'm
the
the-
ad
I'm
break.
the tech guy, you know.
Takes a minute.
You're not the tech guy.
No,
You're
I'm
not
not.
Tech guy.
all about
The
it.
social media guy.
Furthest from tech.
He's really bad at technology, given the fact that he's young.
Look, he's better at the social media crack than I could ever hope to be.
Well, in fairness, that's
Did you
kind
just
of-
give me a compliment?
Yeah, he did.
Whoa.
Might have.
That's not the first time.
Oh, it's true. Maybe off air though.
You are going grey, by the way. I've just noticed it.
Yeah, he's got that salt and pepper vibe going on.
You're going grey.
I'll be a silver fox before you
And
know
you're
it.
going bald. Yeah, there it is. The widow's peak.
The widow's peak.
That's what it's called.
I think we all get that.
Coming from a bald man.
Well, you wait now.
Someone once accused me of being bald.
Accused you of being bald.
Yeah, they said, oh, no, look at your
Weird
widow's peak.
accusation.
It is a weird accusation.
It's not really an accusation. It's more of an observation, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Someone said I was going bald once in a pub in Dublin. I was like, I'm not
That is
going
strange.
bald. I'm like the least bald person you'll ever meet.
Richie says, Honda Ash.
Honda me, huh?
Honda me.
So we're going to go straight over to you, Mr. Lynham.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Now, are you going to stretch it out this week?
What? Maybe I'll read slower.
Like, no, last night. Well, not last night. Tuesday night was much better because it's,
We got 45 minutes out of my segment.
I know. The only reason why we got 45 minutes out of your segment was because Richie was here.
Shout out, Richie.
Because
Because
Richie,
we were blowing off in different tangents.
Richie doesn't know when to shut his mouth.
Maybe Ash will go off on a tangent and save me some time.
His bald ass mouth. Hi, Richie.
We do it?
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Hit it.
Which one? There we go. Hold on.
Weird headlines from around the world, bringing you the strange, the dumb, and the funny. Brought to you by Nathan Lynham.
Mr. Lynham.
Thanking you.
Hang on, I just want to point out that the VO guy can pronounce Nathan's name.
Way
Okay.
better than Aiden.
Way
ever
better
could.
than
Right.
Aiden.
Nathan. Nathan is what you say.
Nathan. Oh, wait, what's my name?
Aiden.
No, it's not. Up yours.
It's Aiden.
No, it's not. It's Aiden.
Aiden.
Not Aiden through your nose. You're saying it through your nose. So up yours.
Potato, potato.
Say my name.
Aiden.
Say my name, bitch.
Oh, fuck off. Dance for me, boy.
Say man, weird headlines. Give me some.
Come on,
weird
off you
headlines.
go. We're
First
so
weird
excited.
headline is potty-mouthed parrots split up by zoo bosses after egging each other on to swear. Now, that's a good one.
I've seen it, but go on.
You've seen this already?
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, so nobody actually complained about these birds, but the bosses didn't want them upsetting young visitors. So 5 foul-mouthed parrots had to be separated because they were encouraging each other to swear.
What were they saying?
It doesn't actually say, but you can use your imagination.
Is there video of this?
Maybe they were saying supernatural dog shit.
Is there video?
This is
Whoa, we need to train a parrot.
this is from Sky News, so it's real.
We need to train a parrot to say supernatural dog shit.
Supernatural dog shit.
Or just get you to do it.
Yeah, right.
In a part voice, yeah.
There you go.
So come on.
Yeah, the
give us
parrots' names are
details.
Billy, Eric, Tyson, Jade, and Elsie.
Okay.
And they're a colony of 200. That's a lot of parrots.
Okay.
But
That'd be an impressive amount of parrots to witness.
it just says here they saw it very quickly. They copped on quickly, and we're quite used to parrots swearing, but we've never had 5 swearing at each other at the same time. That's a great conversation, man. Have you ever had a parrot swear at you?
I have, yes.
What did he say? You're bald.
I was over in the States actually.
You're fat.
I was in Florida and I don't know. He told me to fuck off or something like that. I can't remember.
There's a parrot in what's a scary movie?
Yeah.
What's he say?
Polly want a cracker?
Polly want a cracker? Polly
Polly
want your
want
mama's
your
sweet
mama's
ass.
That's it.
Yeah, most
I was in a pet shop once and there was an African grey. He was there. He was effing and the C word and out of him.
why did they always like? Why do people teach them curse words? Teach them nice things.
funny.
Sure, people teach kids curse words. I think it's funny.
I was always that uncle.
Yeah.
I was always that uncle teaching
Why
kids
do
to swear.
people who have strokes, why is it the first word that they say is usually fuck?
I don't know what's going.
No, this is not a joke.
Oh,
Yeah, no, this is real.
well, it's because they're having a stroke.
no,
Yeah.
it's
Well, is it not a word that it does have certain connotations to go with it?
no, it's called
Like saying, "Oh God."
no, it's called a coprolelic soliloquy.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's a fancy word. Look at you with your big brain.
say that again.
Coprolelic soliloquy.
Coprolelic soliloquy.
Yes.
I like
So
that.
it's basically that's the easiest word for their mouth to form naturally.
Fuck.
So they're actually not saying fuck. It's just that's how it comes out. They're trying to say any other word, but it always sounds like.
Has this been
fuck.
proven in research?
Yes.
No way.
Billy Connolly told the story. That's how I know it.
Bill Connolly.
Yeah, his father had a
Terrible
stroke.
accent.
That was terrible.
Sorry.
Poor Billy. Have you seen the heck
Yeah,
of him
man,
lately?
that's pretty bad. Like,
He actually went out. He done his last stand-up gig, and you know Billy. He's so energetic, jumping all over the stage. I'm gonna burp.
Richie just commented saying,
So-
if it's on Sky News, Nathan, it doesn't mean that it's real.
Exactly.
Fake news.
God damn you,
news.
Richie.
But Billy came out on stage, and the Parkinson's had clearly set in.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the shaky type of Parkinson's. It's the one where his hands were down by his side, and the shoulders were slumped down, and he just kind of shuffled onto the stage.
Oh, God.
And it was so miserable looking. But the audience were like, "Yay, yay," and clapping for him. But they were clapping out of sympathy.
He wouldn't be able to clap back, would he?
No. Oh, you're a bad bastard, you are. But
Sorry.
he done a good gig. He's told a lot of good jokes, but the audience again were just clapping for no reason. It was out of other than sympathy.
Pity.
Like, oh God, look at him, fair play to him. God,
That's exactly what
Yeah.
it was. It was
go
like,
on, that man.
It was like that asshole who won Britain's Got Talent. The voiceless guy. What was that?
What?
Tape face.
No, there was the guy. He went out on stage and the computer done the talking for him. He was a stand-up comedian.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was basically it was like what's your man's name in the wheelchair?
Stephen
Hawkins.
Oh, yeah.
It was basically like Stephen Hawkins, but this guy was clearly, I don't know what was wrong with him, but there was clearly something wrong with him. And
Well,
he
he couldn't
told his
speak.
comedy through the computer. Everybody laughed and like, they're shit jokes. They're really terrible. He only won because he got the sympathy vote.
Yeah, but is that not what them bloody shows are all about?
It is. No,
Yeah.
that's
There's
the way it's
always
gone.
that sad story. Oh, my granny died, or my granny's sick, and oh, she really
Yeah.
wants to see me make it before
Yeah.
she kicks the bucket.
That's true.
Just
Go
get
on X
lost.
Factor. Go on X
Right.
Factor. You have to have a sub story.
You know what annoys me about X Factor? They go through like 3
It takes
auditions.
16 months to pay up.
I didn't know that.
There's like
Well-
two or three auditions before
Yeah,
you're even on
so
TV.
like they let the bad people through on purpose.
Actually, hold on. You're dead right. There's how many? Did
there's
you say?
about 3, I think, and they're like not even.
Yeah, they were held in Crow Park here when it was on here.
Yeah.
So there's pre-auditions.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So
So they let the bad people through on purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're absolutely
ratings.
terrible,
Mm-hmm.
you know obviously that's why they're letting them on. But what I've noticed
I
as
should
well,
go on for that reason.
they're starting to show less and less of the crappy acts and more of the successful acts.
Do you think they're getting backlash from it? Maybe. No.
It's quite embarrassing to watch it, really.
No one from X Factor really ever makes it. Anyway,
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
very few.
I'm trying to think now. Actually,
Well, like James Arthur never made it. He never made it really big.
wait, James Arthur was huge.
He's gone now, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he was not. Yeah, well,
Peaked very quickly.
Yeah.
who was the other one? Callum Scott.
You don't hear about him anymore.
But I don't think he was
I think
X
the only one
Factor.
was like J or Little Mix, or probably the
Oh,
only
yeah, they're
one
still
that are
around.
doing-
They're probably the only
JLS,
ones still
JLS
on,
were
yeah.
alright for a while.
Whatever happened to your woman? She was absolutely huge. She was set to be huge.
The opera
and then
singer
done.
one.
No,
No?
Leona Lewis.
Yeah.
She's massive in America.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Which is a.
I've never heard a thing
She,
from her.
was she not presenting it over in America for a bit?
Probably.
Yeah. It's better to be bigger over there anyway.
Oh, a lot of trash
This is it,
TV.
this is
though.
what they all
everything's
try to
bigger
do.
over there.
You can crack America, you can crack anywhere.
It's
But,
true.
yeah, but she actually there's one album released over here.
Did she not do a song for what's that movie? James Bond. Did she not do a James Bond?
Oh,
theme
she
song?
might. I think
Oh,
she
she could
did.
have.
Oh, I don't know.
I think she did.
I
think
don't
she
know.
could
Adele
have.
did she not?
Adele definitely did.
Yeah.
And
Adele
then
did, yeah.
Sam Smith did
done one. Yeah.
Chris Cornell did one.
Did he?
Yeah, Billie Eilish is doing a new one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I've heard that song. It's not great. No,
I heard it
I
was
like Billie
terrible.
Eilish.
I'm not mad about Billie Eilish.
Not mad, no.
She's too weird.
She's manufactured.
She just looks miserable.
She looks miserable.
She
but
looks
doesn't
miserable.
she
How
have?
are kids meant to get excited over that level of misery?
But doesn't she have something wrong with her?
She's Tourette's, I think.
Tourette's.
Oh.
But
It's something like that.
but how does that not come out on stage?
It's like if
It's like Parkinson's.
Not
If really
like you're
people
going
who
to
have
be.
Parkinson's can sing really clearly. My uncle has
Yeah.
Parkinson's, and when he sings, you can't even tell.
or it's like people who have a stutter and they literally cannot
Yeah.
talk, and then when they sing, it's gone.
But in fairness, it would be hilarious if she went out on stage and was singing "Bad Guy" and went "fucking bad guy."
Yeah. yeah.
But actually,
Tourette's isn't just like
bad
swearing.
language.
It's,
yes,
it's tics. It's
ticks
all
and
sorts of
twitches.
things. Yeah.
I did know a guy with Tourette's a long time ago, and we used to get great crack out of him.
I know a
Yeah.
few people with it. Like,
There's a guy in town.
Yeah,
Get away with more.
he's
than-
more of a visual
Yeah.
kind of.
What, he drives?
we've got Sam the Stranger
Yeah.
as well.
Who?
The Stranger. We've mentioned him before, but you've yet to meet the Stranger.
Yeah, but you've mentioned him to me. Yeah, to tell you how much I'm paying.
Is this a real
attention.
person?
Yeah.
Probably.
Did he go to Finian's?
No.
Oh, different person.
No, but he's got Tourette's. It's just simply, it's like he'll blink and nod his head backwards. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Must be an awful thing to live with.
I don't know.
Or do you just get used to it? It's like a blind person that has never seen. They don't know what they've lost. So therefore, are they missing anything? They don't know what they're
Yeah.
missing.
I didn't know about the visual snow until a few months ago,
What's that?
where I'm permanently hallucinating.
Who, you?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah.
And you drive?
Elaborate.
No, it's visual snow syndrome. 15% of the world's population has it, but a lot of people don't realise they have it because they've had it their whole lives, and it's not abnormal to them.
Yeah.
Well, you need to describe what
So
it
what
is.
Yeah.
visual snow is basically, you're looking through a transparent screen of TV static, you know, when you couldn't find the channel on the TV
Yeah.
station. And you
So
get
when you're
that
looking at
static.
me, you can see like the Poltergeist TV?
No, I can see static in front of everything.
Whoa.
But there's two types of it. So there's the one I have where you're just naturally born with it, and then there's the one my old lad actually got when he got spinal surgery, and it can be triggered by the use of certain medical drugs. So he used to get, but his would manipulate, so he could put his hand out in front of him and move.
What?
He could move his static. He used to call it like a neck curtain because it behaved like a neck curtain. He'd stick his hand in and sweep
That
it.
is
Crazy.
that is my mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
But that's starting to subside now after
yeah,
a
but
couple
does
of
this
years.
not impair you in any way?
Doesn't impair me in any way because I didn't realise there was any issue.
But now that you know it's there, are you focusing on it more?
Nope.
Oh.
Then
I just think it'd be a stupid thing to focus on it more. It's like, all right.
It'd be nice for
That
us to be
explains it.
able-
Because I did try and bring it up when I was a toddler and they kind of just poo-pooed it. And they're like, oh, don't talk rubbish. And I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, but it would be nice of us to be able to see. It would be nice for us to be able to see what you're seeing.
I'm sure there's videos.
I'm basically seeing like tiny microscopic static dots in red, green and blue.
Do you ever see those little squiggly lines?
Oh, that's what I was about to say. What are they called? There's a name for them.
There is.
squiggly lines.
Eye worms.
Squiggly lines.
Eye
Eye
worms or something.
But is it bacteria that you're seeing?
It's some sort of a membrane that builds up around your eye and it breaks apart and then it just travels in the fluid and on the surface of your eyeball.
Do you know what's a bastard about that thing? You can see it in your peripheral vision, so the second you
And you
try
gotta
and look
look at
for
it,
it,
it moves.
fucks off.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's because it's in a fluid.
It's- yeah,
and
it's
your
because it's on
eye
one
is
part.
moving the fluid
It's-
around.
It's kind of like you and females. You look at them and they fuck off.
That's
Yeah.
true. Very true.
Sorry.
Thanks, Nathan.
Headline number 2.
Headline number 2.
Yeah. So, hungry wild cat, bigger than a Great Dane, has been seen roaming the streets of Eastbourne, Sussex.
So,
And I saw a picture of this. The picture is
I have seen a picture of that. Yeah, it's it looks like a
jaguar.
mountain lion.
Mountain, yeah.
A jaguar,
Well, like a big cat.
like
it
a
a black
bobcat
cat?
kind of thing.
Yeah, pure black.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. No, it does look like a jag. Yeah,
It's mad looking.
do you know what I took from that headline?
What?
Him slamming his lighter down on the table.
is that all you've got to focus on?
Yeah, you went badoosh.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
What an asshole.
No.
And it wasn't a case.
I offered to put the neoprene.
Hold on. It wasn't a case of
coating on.
doing this. He genuinely just went,
No microphone etiquette.
Force of habit.
Get out of it.
sorry, what was the headline?
Do you want to hear it again?
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
no worries. Hungry wild cat, bigger than a Great Dane, seen roaming the streets of Eastbourne, Sussex.
Oh, you told me this earlier.
Yeah.
And then I did say, I'll pretend to be surprised on air. So hold on.
Because I asked, because it's not that weird of a headline, but it's cool.
What?
It's
That's
cool.
amazing.
It's a cool story, though.
Can I adopt him? Can I have him?
You're right. I don't think if you saw the picture of this guy, I don't have it here, but if you saw the picture, you would not want to adopt
See
this guy.
that
Yeah,
guy on
imagine
Instagram
it's-
who has he has a puma. It was he rescued some
pu-
puma.
a
and now
puma?
He has a puma in his house.
Is it not a puma?
I don't know.
Potato, potato.
Pew, 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 pew.
No one
Is it
calls it
Nike or is it
potato.
Nike? I see
No
yours.
one calls it potato.
No.
Literally no one.
The Italians.
No, they don't.
Potato.
I like the potato. It is, yeah. That's
With
what
the
they
hand
call
gesture,
it.
you
They
have
don't
to.
call
have
it
to.
potato.
They call it potato.
Did it?
Miss Lingy says it all the time.
Potato.
She'd be like,
You just say
Steph, no,
Lingy. Who's
potato.
Lingy?
Potatoes.
Daniela Lingy.
Isn't it Lingy?
No, we've been
See?
saying it wrong for years.
Lingies.
Lingies.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And we are
Mind
going to broadcast that every week until this town learns its goddamn lesson.
Yes, indeed.
See, every day's a school day with the Supernatural Dogshit
So
podcast.
what is the story with this cat? Is it an actual jaguar or?
So it hasn't
puma?
actually been seen properly. So it's caught on CCTV. So the creature was spotted on CCTV in the quiet Sussex town, and a resident who caught the big cat on their camera as it was walking past their front door. And she
Okay.
said that usually they only ever see like cats or foxes and dogs going by.
Sweet.
But this thing is the size of a Great Dane,
And what color is it? Black.
all black.
So big black pussy.
Can we get a moment of silence, please?
There we go.
Shut your face, Aiden.
Watch your face.
That's that moment of silence. I'm surprised you didn't jump at that.
I know who was behind it.
Who was behind it?
Yep.
Go on.
It was that bitch Carol Baskins.
Oh
Goddamn Carol
Ah.
Baskin.
Shout out Joe Exotic. Free Joe Exotic.
Free Joe Exotic.
Poor
Is she
bastard.
still on Dance with the Stars and stuff?
No, she got thrown
Did
off.
she?
Good.
And whatever she did, I just saw a picture of it and it just looked
She was wearing leopard
cringy
print. It was
as
just the best thing
beat-down.
ever.
Oh, of course
She's
she's
always wearing leopard
course
print.
she's wearing leopard
But
print.
Obviously, of
she's
course.
clearly
Why doesn't
a
she wear a
lunatic.
plastic
killed-
bag over her
She
head?
killed her husband. For
No,
God's sake.
allegedly.
She killed her husband, whacked him.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Carol Baskin.
We don't know for sure.
We'll just cover our
Oh, where
asses.
is he?
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
she killed him and stuffed him
Hold
into
on,
a septic
hold on.
tank
If
or
we,
something.
No, she fed
if
him to
we
the
had a
lions.
load of tigers, there is no way in hell we wouldn't be feeding people to them.
What did she say? She was like,
You are a dark cunt. Sorry, you go.
dip them in, was it oil from fish or something? That's how you get a tiger to eat a human.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like,
Who
afterthought.
said that?
She said that in an interview.
Maybe-
She was like, if
maybe-
I wants to kill my husband, this is what I would do.
Maybe
There-
he
Not what I
just had a
did.
tin of tuna for supper and he went out and he didn't realise, didn't think.
Jarred, falling around the garden.
Didn't
That
they
was
say that somebody had sprayed Joey Exotic's shoes with something,
Oh,
and that's
cologne, yeah.
Yeah.
and that's why a tiger attacked him?
Well, there's pheromones in cologne.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, was the girl that got her hand bitten off by one of them?
No, I think she was super into it. She
No.
loved it.
No, but
There's
she
the
came back to
question.
work. They were like, we can save your arm.
Is that
and
a
you
guy
get-
or a girl?
Is it a guy or a girl?
It's a girl, but she's trans, is she?
I heard no.
I
it's-
looked at the after interviews of her. I think she's trans.
Yeah, but I heard she wasn't trans.
And she was
just
very-
happens to look like that, and she's still a woman, and gets offended with people calling her a trans.
Well then,
I've heard both
But
stories.
I've heard both
I've-
stories.
Allegedly.
I've heard
Allegedly.
stories
Yeah.
alleging on both sides, so you never really know.
she could have rehabbed her arm and she could have kept her arm, but she would have been out of work for months and months.
She came back like a week later, didn't
And she
she?
came back a week later because she didn't want it to reflect badly on the.
That's
Exactly.
dedication.
Mm.
I mean, we get a headache and we're out of work. She has an arm ripped off.
Yeah. Give me those benefits.
So off you go. Third headline, because that one was terrible.
I'm not finished with this one.
Oh, go on.
Go on then.
So the image shows to be what appears to be a large, slender-looking creature, and it's distinctively cat-like looking. It's kind of a blurry image, but it does look like it's above the wall of the garden. Like this is a big ass animal. So yeah, and it has
You
a
sure sound like a Labrador.
no. It has a cat like a cat kind of face, like short,
So you can actually see the face.
and it's a side-on image. I should have printed it out for you guys.
There was,
Sorry.
there was a story in 2005, I think it was, where armed police were sent to a report of a tiger out laying about in a field.
No,
And it was
in
just
England?
that, and it was like the height of summer, so it was like this field had recently been mown and cut for hay or whatever. And there's a
Mown?
picture of this. What, mown? Yeah,
Mown.
yeah, mown.
Is
Is it not mowed?
Yeah, mown's a word.
Is it not mowed?
No, mown. Well, both. Depends.
Hold on. Right, keep going.
Go on.
I'm good
Anyway,
with this.
it was a full size stuffed tiger, like a stuffed animal tiger. It was pretty realistic looking from a distance, and it just looked like it was laying at the edge of a field, just chilling out. So this SWAT team shows up, not knowing what to
Tranquilizer
expect.
darts
They
in
just go
hand,
up and
like,
it's a teddy.
You know, you just gave me an amazing idea.
What?
We should get like a big teddy type thing, like a lion or something, and just bring it around Mullingar outside people's houses and let them think it's a real lion.
God damn it, Ed Harris was right.
Why?
I'm always
Moan
wrong.
is a word.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like to moan in the bed. Sorry.
No,
Anyway.
it's not spelled like that. though, is it?
M-O-W-N.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled. Right, so the last headline.
Please do.
Bemused John Lewis shoppers think the name of sofa range should be illegal.
What?
Told you it was weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but is the story as interesting as what it sounds like?
It's alright. It's alright. It's
Go on.
alright.
Go on.
So
Do
yeah,
tell.
they're selling a range of sofas that they say are perfect for lounging, but shoppers who came across them aren't best pleased about the name. So the name of the couch is Squish Muffin.
What's wrong with that?
What is wrong with that?
People are getting
It's not
offended about it.
It's not
Squish
offensive.
muffin.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, people are
Why
offended.
are people, but offense is taken, it's not given.
Yeah.
Hmm?
How do you get offended at something as
I know, right?
Mundane.
wimpy and mundane as Squish muffin.
Like this is how bad it is. Someone came out and said, I never thought the day would come when the name of a sofa would make me want to go on a killing spree.
Oh, piss off.
I swear to God.
Piss
Have
off.
you that little going on in your life that these are the things you allow rile you up?
In fairness, though, if you did have a
Squish
girlfriend
Muffin.
and her nickname was Squish Muffin, she'd probably kill you.
Yeah.
Or she probably just wanted you to buy her that couch.
Maybe. So
Maybe.
you can squish your muffin on the couch.
On the squish muffin.
Oh, you had to bring it there.
I did.
Was that a pun? Was that a terrible pun?
Yeah. Off the top of my head, it's not pre-written.
Oh. Who's the? No, I won't. I was going to say something personal about you that I said I was going to threaten to say on air. You know what I'm talking about.
Stop
Moving on.
waving your stick. of
Moving on
brutal
swiftly.
punishment.
Hold on, Ed. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Right, you continue on there. Me and Ed will just communicate.
Oh, I'm done.
Secretly. Dude, fill time for God's sakes.
Hold on, you're confusing me now.
No, just
Is it about a person?
Listen, we're
Yes.
talking about you, not to you.
Exactly.
So get back to work.
Yeah, go back to work over there. This is your section, for
Yeah.
Christ's sake.
Anyway, yeah, so the sofas are made by a company called Loaf, and they sell the Squishmeister sofa. Ash.
Squishmeister.
Yeah, how do you feel about the name of that? It's like, it's not a big deal, is
It's
it?
whatever.
Squishmeister, like.
I think it was Kat Von D who had a lipstick out in her makeup range at one stage called Underage Red was the name of the lipstick.
Underage red.
Was the name of the lipstick. It was
Right.
red lipstick. She named it because she used to wear red lipstick when she was at gigs when she was younger and
Uh-huh.
underage. And people were like, that's really bad. You can't apply underage girls and underage red and blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah.
she just take the lipstick off the shelf.
Did you have to take it off
Yeah,
shelf?
People just had uproar about it.
Just because it was. Oh, so the two lads are after
Look
joining.
at his face. Look at his face.
The fact that the two of these are smiling is actually making me
You
really
want to watch your
nervous.
P's and Q's tonight, lad?
Yeah.
Is it that
Yeah.
bad?
If you piss
Oh, it's pretty bad.
If you piss me off, yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm going to advocate you not do it.
Oh, if he's saying don't do it.
I'm
I'm advocating you not do it.
I advocate not doing it as well.
Right.
But if push comes to shove, you know me.
Is it
I'll
about
do
this?
it.
No.
Oh, well then, go on,
No, it's-
share it.
No. No.
Is it a female?
Yes.
Yes.
Why is it always a fucking female, man?
Because you let your dick get you into trouble.
Yes. So Ed, actually, I tell you what, you fill up a little bit of time there with Ash, and I'm going to whisper to him, and you watch his face, Ash.
I'm scared. I'm scared for you.
Oh, you should be scared for it. It's pretty terrible. It's pretty.
Something that he's done?
It's something. Kind of, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's something I'd never dream of doing.
I can't gauge his reaction.
There we
at
go.
all.
There we go.
You look like you've been firmly put in your place.
I told her I didn't show anyone either.
Oh, you just let the cat out of the bag.
I didn't.
Yeah, as Carol Baskins would say. Get in front of the mic there.
No!
So, no, I won't say it, don't worry.
Go on.
Until later on.
Yeah,
No.
no, until the last
Yeah,
segment.
the last
No.
hour it'll all come out.
Yep.
By the way, can I say that it's just 31 minutes past and you flew through your headlines
That
again?
wasn't too bad.
It was terrible. We got an hour out of it last time.
That's because Richie was here.
I know.
He never shuts up.
I know. Richie, come over. We're waiting for you. Actually, no, he's doing a call tonight. Isn't he 10 o'clock?
Yeah, he is.
I hope so.
Daniela Lingy says, go on, Ed. Obviously for the pronunciation of her name.
Lingy.
Lingy. Linguini.
So we're going to go straight over to your segment, so, Mr. Harris.
are we?
Yeah,
Are
of
we?
course. Of course. We have loads of time to fill, for Christ's sakes.
We always do.
Are you ready for this?
I suppose. Let's do it.
Shouldn't be a story, not even a peep. That's why it's going on Ed Shit Heap.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Mr. Harris,
That's my favourite
Yes.
part of the whole show.
over to you.
Over to me.
Oh,
This-
wait, because you know
What?
what's going to be funny here?
What?
The fact that, I'm assuming you've heard the show before, Ash, yeah?
Bits and bobs, yeah.
Okay, have you heard his shit heap?
No.
It's awful.
Like awfully good.
No, it's
Or
it's
awful?
it's awful.
Hang on, you enjoyed the last
The
one.
last one was okay because you talked about Biden,
Yeah.
or as Richie would say, Biden.
Biden.
Yeah,
he,
it's
he
Biden.
kept saying
Biden.
Joe
It's
Biden.
Biden, Reggie.
Yeah, Biden. Just watch.
We're very
how-
particularly on pronunciations tonight.
We
Yeah.
are. Watch how unprepared he is. Off you go.
Look, there's nothing in front of him.
Yeah. Why would the? Because this comes from the heart.
All right.
This one comes from the heart.
Your heart is black.
Yeah. I'm just going to say,
and
as
maybe this is probably a bit of why.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I just say, as Aiden has said before, everybody at home, get yourself a nice cup of hot chocolate,
Yeah, get your pillow.
a pillow,
Oh, you're so witty.
and go to sleep for the next 15
witty
minutes.
and hilarious.
Yeah,
Ed, take it away.
Oh,
You're
the
better
crown
than
must weigh heavy with that fucking humour waving about your head.
It does.
Anyway,
Because I'm an
this
narcissist
one,
and I'm great.
because we are on the subject of feminists tonight.
Okay.
I am going to call out them shithead mothers.
What?
Them shithead mothers that are using their kids
Okay.
for that bitchy technique of trying to get back at the next.
I like this.
Okay.
There is nothing more pathetic and small-minded that you should involve your child and get them in uncomfortable situations.
Back in the place.
Go ahead,
Wait,
just,
yeah.
sorry, yeah.
We have to go on that.
Ash actually was very professional. She muted herself,
Yeah.
and then picked up a pint of water, and the coaster stuck, and it just went clunk. So if anybody heard that was Ash.
I'm a disaster.
But she was doing the right thing, muting her
I
mic.
tried.
She was very professional, and then it
tried.
all went balls
Oh,
up.
yeah, yeah.
So Ed, we're not paying attention to
No,
you.
no.
Sorry, I'm
well-
distracting from the situation.
That was good.
But no, they create this toxic environment. That, like, I've seen it from certain family members of mine where they've been in these situations with their exes, and they literally are bringing them in and out the court like a yo-yo.
What
To
was
a
that
point
word
where-
you said beginning with L?
What word?
There's me doing it.
There's you doing
Be
it.
quiet over there, will you?
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said literally.
Oh my God, you pedantic git.
Yeah, okay, off you go. Continue, please.
Just go be bald somewhere else.
Off you go.
Doing my segment here if you don't mind.
I did get a hairdo.
Did you?
I did. You gave it to me yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
Considered a
did.
hairdo?
Oh yeah, your Charlie Brown fringe.
He got
I
a
drew a
marker.
Charlie Brown fringe on his head.
And he drew a Charlie Brown fringe.
I'm surprised you washed it off.
And
to
it
be
looked terrible. It looked like a dick on my head. So off you go. Terrible mothers, using kids, blah, blah.
honest. But you know what? I kind of like this shit. He'd continue.
Well,
No, they deserve to be there. They create this environment of toxicity, and they teach the kids that is a normal way to behave, and it's not. And the kids grow up then thinking toxic relationships are just fine, that there's no way to avoid it.
And they'd use the kid as leverage.
They use the kid as leverage, obviously, and the way the family courts are unfairly stacked against men.
okay, but you do realise you're just coming across as one of those negative people right now.
Because men can do the same
Because
thing as well.
I was just about to throw it over.
I'm not
I was
detracting from
just
that.
about
There's a lot
to
of
throw it
deadbeat
over to
dads.
Ash. Ash, what's your opinion on that?
I've seen it a lot. Women using their kids as play toys and just trying to get back at ex-boyfriends. And to be perfectly honest, the only people that ever really suffer from it is the kids.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Have you seen it yourself? Mm-hmm. Okay, and do you know anybody personally who has done it?
I know I've seen on both sides, but I also have a friend who went through a terrible situation with her baby's dad.
Okay.
And awful, and he was an ass. And now a year and a half later, or 2 years later, she's been such a good mum. She's doing everything that she can to be friends with him, so her son has a good time with his dad and never has any negative connotation towards him.
Yep.
She never says a bad word about him. And I literally said this to her before, that she's probably one of the strongest people I've ever met, because a lot of people don't do that.
No, you never talk trash about your ex in front of your kid.
No.
Ever.
No.
So have you got a friend? Have you any friends, female friends, who's ever done this and told you about it?
As in use their kids in
Yeah.
the bad way. No, I've seen it happen. Not
Yeah, I feel like
not
they would-
anyone in my general circle, but
I feel like they wouldn't tell someone anyway. Like
Would you
they-
call them out?
me.
Yeah.
Probably.
What would you say to them?
Think about the kids. Don't think about yourself. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it's just self-fulfilling for no reason.
just revenge.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Absolutely no need for it.
Anto's commented in. He says, "Shots fired."
Yep.
Shout out Anto.
No,
So that's it. So I'm gonna put them
Men and
absolute
women.
animals.
And you were right
of-
though about the court thing as well. It is definitely stacked in the woman's favour.
It is, but now to be fair, I've seen judges where they've been like, "No, you stop wasting my time, his time, and your time
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this, because I'm sick seeing you. I should know you by first name."
But in a
Yeah.
way, too, in court, should it not be kind of stacked as well towards the woman, because that is the normal, like, natural thing that
With
the
it-
woman is carry the child. The woman is the mother of the child. I know the man.
But the
is-
woman doesn't necessarily have to be the best parent in the situation either.
Oh yeah, well if it's a situation, it's situational.
Most abuse carried out from a family member comes from the mother.
True.
Oh.
Why do you think so many
Most-
serial killers end up killing their mothers?
Most sexual abuse is carried out by men.
Yeah,
But most physical abuse and mental abuse is carried out by women.
I believe
Yep.
that. I believe
Yeah.
that.
I mean, you think back when you were a kid. Who bet you more, your mother or your father?
You were terrified of your mother.
Yeah.
Terrified.
My mother used to beat the shit out of me.
But you'd get the threat. Wait
Shout
till
out,
your-
Mum.
Wait until your father comes home.
Yeah.
But that was more of a threat. With my mother, she'd dush.
Yeah,
Oh,
I told this in air before. My mother used to wait until she got me in the car on the motorway, so I couldn't jump out, and then she started swinging digs across the car.
Oh, I used to hate that one.
And rightly so. I'd say you were a turd as a kid.
I was a little shit.
You were.
Or you had a grandmother that used to always, just the grandmother's look would
My
just
grandmother was
terrify
t-
the crap out of you.
No, my grandmother was too soft.
No.
That's what ruined me.
Like, I just
My old lad has
rattle the wooden spoon drawer, and that'd be enough.
Oh, that's enough.
Dan, that's
See you later.
no,
No thanks.
the wooden spoons.
Never actually
vile.
came out, but the threat was enough.
Yeah.
No, there's a dent in my Ola. He's got this vintage car. There's a dent in one of the doors from where the mother was swinging a hurley at me.
Nice. Good and Irish.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your shit heap?
That's the end of my shit heap.
Well, you know what I normally do after the end of your shit heap.
What?
What does I
Rip
normally
the
do?
shit out of
No,
it.
no. What does I normally do?
Do
You
it.
play it out.
Because we love it so much.
Yeah, it's the best part of the shit heap.
Dickheads.
Shouldn't be a story, not even a peep. That's why it's going on Ed Shit Heap.
Bum. Love it.
Lads.
Just on the thing about wooden spoons, hitting kids.
What about them?
How do we feel
That's
about it?
yay or nay?
How do we feel about it?
Yay.
Yay for me.
Absolutely yay.
There is one point where you should hit a kid.
Okay.
What's
Which
that?
is what?
When they do something incredibly dangerous and they're too young to understand that what they did was incredibly dangerous. So I saw a video the other day
That's
of
a
a
good
kid
point.
on a scooter flying out across 2 lanes of traffic.
I bet he never looked left or right.
Didn't look
Like,
left and right. This kid
man.
wasn't even 2, and he was on one of these little scooters. He came flying out of a car park and straight across
Is that
2
what we
lanes
were
of
watching
traffic.
the other day? Oh, yeah. That was on
I mean,
YouTube.
that kid needs an absolute fright, so he knows never to do that again.
Yeah, but
because
you
he
don't-
was totally oblivious
yeah,
to the
but see,
danger.
unfortunately, you can't hit a kid that young.
I was just going to say the age of 2 is a little
That's
bit much for me.
pointless. They're not even
They're
going
not
to
even gonna
understand.
remember it either.
Because they don't know what they've done wrong going across the road. They have no idea. You can't explain that to a 2-year-old.
Also, where was the parent when the child
You
was on
can't
the scooter
explain
going
it
across
to a
the road?
2-year-old, but you can give the negative association.
Ash just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, where was the mother? She
Where
was
was-
actually...
where was the
no,
parent?
the parent, not the mother.
And no, but the mother was... She was 20 feet behind him, running like a lunatic after the child.
How
Oh.
fast can a 2-year-old on a scooter be?
Oh, he was fast.
My
Fucking
sister
meow.
brought me
Yeah,
nephew
pretty
down
much.
when he was like 2 or 3, and they're at the junction in town there at McDonald's, and he took off diagonally across that. He whipped his hand down, legged it across the road, diagonally across the junction. Cars from all directions having to slam on the brakes,
Lethal.
Well, you know...
Terrifying.
and it can get. They can just go. They'll take him out for Gary to themselves, and they will just pelt it.
Have you ever seen a mother's reflexes in action?
Yeah, like the videos on YouTube where
Like
like when the father jumps and grabs the child falling.
Yeah, my mother years ago, I was going into James's hospital to get some sort of procedures done. I was only a kid. I was getting a camera up my nose. And I was crossing the street and my mother's arm just came out and knocked me flying back because I was walking straight out in front of a car. But it was that split second reaction that she had.
Yeah, I remember I was in the car with my mother, I was about 15, and a car rear-ended us. And she saw the car in the rearview mirror coming, and her first instinct was to just
Put your hand across.
Brace
Yeah,
you.
my mum
yeah,
does that too.
brace me. Mad.
Well, there was a story over in the States where a helicopter landed on a woman's child.
What?
And she was able to lift the
y-
helicopter off
yeah, I've
the
heard
child.
this. You get superhuman strength in certain situations.
Superhuman strength.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It is.
Do you ever see the one of there's a guy underneath a car, and his legs are crushed under the car, and like 2 men come over and just lift the car off him because they're the adrenaline.
That's
you'd
a
be-
much funnier video if you watch it in reverse.
Oh God!
Let me picture that.
They put the car
They
on the
put
guy.
the car on the guy.
Do you know what's hilarious? Porn in reverse.
I never thought of
the
that.
money shot.
See, yeah, the money shot.
You're like a Hoover.
Your Mickey's like a Hoover, just zunk, zunk, zunk.
Oh, I'm gonna watch that now.
You should
That's
actually
brilliant.
give it a go.
I'm gonna.
Porn in reverse, and it's just hilarious to watch it that way.
I'll end up laughing though. I won't be able to jack off to it. I'll just laugh.
Oh
at
no,
it.
you'll be able to check it.
Also, it's just a man ejaculating. I just thought of that there. Ugh.
You what?
I just thought of it's.
Oh, well,
the,
you are
The, yeah, the
bisexual.
end shot
yeah,
is
the only funny part is the end shot because in reverse, sex would look normal.
Well, what we should do is we should look it up after the show, like bukkake it and just play it in reverse.
It'll go right back to the start where the plumber's coming in to fix the pipes.
So yeah, porn in reverse. If anybody's into that type of stuff,
Give it a whirl.
do you know anybody into any type of weird porn? I know somebody into animal porn,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
which is really
That's not considered weird porn. That's just wrong.
It is wrong.
It's weird.
That's super weird.
It's strange.
No.
and he
not like
tells
that.
people this.
No, he's only ever told me this.
And now you've told
Does
me.
this mean he's just walking around the zoo with a massive heart on?
Oh my
Oh,
God!
that elephant. Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that parrot over there. I think he's like,
Apparently-
fuck me.
This is how the story went. Apparently, he was at home and he was watching porn, and there was an Alsatian banging a woman, and he said, "Oh, to hell with it," and clicked on it. He said, and I got off on it.
You just put the awful image in
And
my head.
Oh, I feel
Then,
sick.
he also likes cartoon porn.
I can
Oh,
see
that
why.
like
Oh, hentai
hentai.
is-
yeah,
stuff.
I can see why people. I've no problem with that.
No, I mean like Homer banging Marge.
That's kind of weird.
Rule
That's
34.
What?
Rule 34, if you can think of it, there's a porn of it.
Of course there is.
I learned that rule on this show.
But there's so many other cartoons. What was that? The Jetsons? You remember the Jetsons?
Yeah.
Anybody remember them? Yeah, I've seen so many cartoon porns of just... I don't know how people get off on it. Or what was your woman's name? Rabbit, something Rabbit in...
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But in fairness, she was hot and she had...
Well, yeah, there's a massively sexualized character too.
She was, yes, with massive waps.
Wow.
Agreed.
Yeah, they were nice.
So anyone
And
else?
that was the thing, that Betty Boop then in the 30s, didn't they? And she was kind of like the pin-up girl.
Highly
Yeah.
sexualized again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is what's being sold to kids as well.
Cuties.
Yeah. Have you seen this, Cuties?
No, heard about it.
Are you
Don't
going to give it a
wanna
watch?
see it, no.
Would you not give it
Well,
a watch
for-
just
for-
out of curiosity?
Yeah.
For informative kind
Purposes only.
Yeah.
But it would be actually quite good for you to watch it and give us your opinion back on it at some
Okay.
stage. Because
Yeah.
I'd like to
Homework.
hear it from a woman's perspective. Because in my opinion, they're sexualizing kids. They're auditioning these kids. What is the process of the audition? Is it
Come over here and twerk for me.
Yeah, just you know what? Remove your top there and just stay in your underwear and then grind against your friend there.
And what was meant to be the basis of this whole film? Like, why were they doing it? I've just heard about the whole twerking 11-year-old.
Well, the director seems to reckon it's kind of her own story.
Of what she went through.
Or what she went through,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah, but which is a goddamn lie, because when you think about it, the director is much older than these children, and they didn't have
Yeah, she's
Facebook
34 or something.
They didn't have Twitter or any
No,
of
they
that other
didn't.
stuff. So she's lying through her a-hole.
Also, can we just say to people, we do get onto the actual topic of feminism after the break.
Oh yeah,
Just
why?
so people know. No,
Why?
I'm just wondering.
Did somebody ask?
No, but I just thought of that there. We never actually say that. People be like, they haven't talked about feminism
I'm
at all.
pretty sure they know at this stage, but it's only episode 10.
We do be getting some
Only
new...
episode 10.
Only episode 10.
Jesus.
Which is how many hours now at
It's
this
about
stage?
33 hours of content.
Oh crap!
That's a lot of
No,
time to
it's
listen to
30
my
hours.
voice.
And we're already running out of stuff to say.
I know, right? We'll be fine.
Yeah. We have 15 minutes left of this, and then we're going to go into
just back to the weird porn. If I've seen weird porn, like say a woman in like a lion's cage, we'll say,
yeah.
and there's like 20 men around her poking her and fiddling with her, and I think that's pretty weird. What would you call that?
The worst porn I ever seen was called Ass Clowns.
I have so many images in my head right now.
Oh,
And
please go on.
There was a scene in Family Guy. Now it's both awful and hilarious at the same time, and it was Peter doing his cutaway scene. You know, Peter Griffin, he does the cutaway scenes. He's like blah 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 blah, and then they show whatever it is.
Hey, Peter.
And he was talking about a movie called Raped by a Clown. And there's a woman sitting on one side of the table, a police officer on the other side of the table, and she starts saying, he done terrible things to me, stuff that I can't tell you. And she crosses her legs and you hear, her.
He must have been clowning around, was he?
Oh, fuck's sake, mate.
But I'm pumped.
As Richard said, if it's not funny, it's not funny.
Yeah, but it's getting worse.
That's the
Puns
point.
aren't funny.
Puns are meant to be terrible.
They are terrible.
Like
Yeah.
anti-jokes.
Yeah, but every goddamn week.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's people out there going, oh, gee.
Oh, he's after doing it again. Well,
So,
shout
yeah.
out to those who enjoy the puns.
Ass Clowns was all about clowns, obviously.
Yeah.
Who enjoyed anal. Yeah, that's all I can say.
So
But
is-
these were creepy ass clowns that were literally, instead of the money shot, they were shooting like confetti all over.
Oh,
the
that's
place.
brilliant. That's pretty cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
As if you didn't. As if I wasn't more terrified of clowns already.
Who was your man that was at the end of every Jackass movie? Rick
Rip Taylor.
Rip
Rip
Taylor,
Taylor.
and he lets off all the
That's gas.
confetti.
Oh, yes.
Didn't he die
I was
last
about to say,
year?
is he still alive?
No, he died.
Did he? Mm-hmm. What was he from? What was he in?
Oh, I actually saw the film. It was something from the 70s and he was in it.
He was in loads of things, was he?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. He always had like little cameo roles. He was just this really flamboyant character.
Is
and
it
all.
Rick Taylor or Rip?
Rip.
They did. Yeah, he had a cameo on The Simpsons at one point.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So if anybody knows what Rip Taylor was in, text into 085 27 27 212. Text or WhatsApp. Don't forget to give us a like on Facebook.
Don't even bother
YouTube.
texting in. I just googled it for you guys.
No. Don't tell us the answer. We want people to do the work.
They're just going to Google it like I
No,
did.
they feel like they're involved in the show, for Christ's sake. Give them something to do instead of sitting there in their lazy asses.
You're not
Yeah.
involved.
Actually, no. What?
There's a comment from Richie, says, keep up the puns, hun. JJ says, so punny.
Oh, Christ.
I
And-
hate all of you so much.
Gary
Yeah.
says, puns are fantastic.
So people do like the fun.
Yeah.
Gary, I thought you were
Puns.
better than that, man.
Yeah.
Who's Gary?
Gary,
Gallagher.
Which one's Gary?
my mate. From
Do I know?
Donegal.
Have we met?
Is he,
you
is
haven't
he,
met
he's a
Gary.
Gaelgore.
Yeah.
Oh, he speaks Irish.
Yeah, Cunis
fluent.
Bauer Colin Bun, yeah.
Ismat
Agus an Cock
Lum.
and Millish.
Oh, I do love a bit of cock and
Ismat
Millish.
Lum vagina.
Yeah?
Did I say that
So-
right?
Something
I mean,
of
like-
that ilk.
Yeah. And will Caligum Dulgady on letters?
Yeah, actually, don't know. I'm dying to go to Jack's.
You got 10 minutes, you can wait.
So,
Anything
Jesus
else?
Christ, no, there's no.
This never happens.
This never happens, actually.
It never
yeah.
happens when Richie's here. Richie, all is forgiven.
No,
Just come back for God's sakes. Do you know what I think we're going to do? We're going to go into the ad break a little bit early because I'm dying for a pee, and we'll get straight into the subject
love
because
some
that's
coffee.
going to.
It'll give us more time.
Yeah, and it's going to liven things up a little bit because I have so low on energy tonight. Yeah, I know. Oh.
See the sarcasm in my
You're
voice?
going up for a little nap. And we're going to run 2 ad breaks.
I wouldn't mind.
Then cranky little Aiden can get up.
3 o'clock today. I get out of bed.
Yeah, I got out of bed at
3 o'clock.
quarter to 3.
Why is
lazy
it the
fucker.
more you sleep, the more you feel
Tired you
tired?
are.
Because you're
Yeah.
overslept.
Because your brain
Yeah.
sleeps in 4-hour cycles.
It does.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
Why does a man get an erection while he sleeps?
I don't actually know this. Why do they?
Because your body sends signals to your heart to say, is the heart still working? Yeah, that's fine. Is your muscle still working? Is your dick still working?
The
And
systems,
boing, yeah.
systems check.
So you must wake up every day with no hard on.
Nothing. Nothing. I told you, man, I have to flog my dick with nettles to get anything out of it. That's
Right.
the age I'm at now. It's just so difficult. So we're going to go to the ad break.
Bye bye, old man.
Bye.
So, Billy, does your social media look like a teenager's bedroom?
What? Full of Justin Bieber posters?
No, you incompetent fool. Messy and unorganized.
Yeah, it kinda does. But what can I do about it?
Oh, poor simple Billy. Why not put all your social media in one convenient place?
But gee whiz, mister, how can I do that?
With Social QR, of course. It's easy, fast, and free.
But what's social QR?
Well, Billy, I'm glad you asked. Social QR is a one-stop shop for personal and business social media users to have all your social media in one place. Easy to set up, easy to share, and fully customizable, with your own custom QR code suitable for digital and print media.
Jiminy crickets, so now it'll be as tidy as my web browser?
So don't forget, Billy, that's socialqr.xyz. And Billy, take down the Justin Bieber posters.
Aww.
Every day, Richie has to drive 2 miles to bum tobacco from his friends. With your generous donation of only $19.20 a week, Richie won't have to sponge from his friends. Text Richie to 521034 to 7591268089 so we can finally tell Richie to piss off.
From its rich traditions beginning when the first AM radio transmission was broadcast in the year 1900 to present day, where radio is still the most listened to form of media and the #1 source for people of all ages to enjoy their favorite music and discover new artists. Sure, the technology has changed, but the concept has stood the test of time throughout history. From the end of World War II
General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
to the falling of the Berlin Wall,
Our top story. The Iron Curtain between East Germany and West Berlin has come tumbling down.
to the U.S. entering the War on Terror,
None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.
generations across the world are united by music as it transcends all language barriers. It brings everyone on planet Earth closer together. We at iStreamRadio.ie understand what radio has done for the world and would like to thank radio for its 100+ years of service. Radio has been here through thick and thin. Thank you, radio.
Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine. And at last, we create what you will. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Let us create it. When the virtual world of the internet, ideas, dreams, and concepts have become a reality, now is the time to bring your idea to the digital world. MilestoneMedia.ie offer a full range of digital services such as web development, hosting, audio, and visual services. Inspiration has a new platform. milestonemedia.ie. Experience the difference.
Hello, Supernatural Dogshit fans. I want to play a game. On October 31st, the Supernatural Dogshit team will be live for our Halloween special. In studio, Psychic Deborah Orr and the team will be on an undisclosed haunted location. Will they survive? Tune in on October 31st at 9 p.m. Oh yes, there will be blood.
This is Henry. He's 40 minutes late. Again. His crew are waiting for him in the yard. He insists on using a wanked iPhone 4 to keep his alarms every morning. Ed says if he's late again, he'll eat his nonsense-spewing face, 'cause he's sick of his dogshit excuses. With your one-off donation of €3, we can get him an alarm clock and batteries from the pound shop. Please help this lazy gobshite get his ass to work before his employment runs out.
The Supernatural Dogshit podcast is controversial and confrontational and may cause offense to some. Listener discretion is advised.
Yow! As Richie says.
Yeah, I suppose I'll have to put some sort of energy into the second half of the show, will I?
Try.
Stop being a droll, boring
Stop
bastard.
being a fat bald bastard.
Right, hold on. Yes!
Oh, sorry.
Is that better?
Sorry, headphone users at home.
Yeah. Is that any better for you?
One more.
Yeah.
Come on.
No.
Just to everybody at home, Aiden is
constipated.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
I'm just not with it today. Just not with it. My brain's not working. I'm hoping that when myself and Ash butt heads in a few minutes, that will get me going. So Ash, do not hold back. If you feel like saying you're a prick.
Oh, I like this.
See, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
But you are a prick. Why am I so... Oh, I'm so low. Hi, guys.
You don't get more volume than me.
I always get
How
more volume.
dare
than
you?
Always get more volume than you.
We should go straight into the topic. That's what we should do.
So tonight's topic is feminism.
It is feminism. But I do have a question.
Well, the new wave feminism.
Yeah, I do have a question for our listeners that they can text in the answer or WhatsApp it into 085 27 27 212. Or what way does Richie say it?
Oh, he says
2727 212.
That's a ridiculous way of saying
Yeah.
it. I almost said it's a retarded way of saying it, but then I stopped myself. But then I just said retarded after I said retarded, and I said it.
We
four
told you
times
the
now.
Richarded story.
Richie has just commented in saying, get as loud as you want. The compressor is sweet.
Is it?
So it's working.
Is it?
Or is it?
Is it?
Yeah, we're also on Facebook. We've got YouTube. We are on Instagram. There's Twitter. Podbean and Spotify after the show, and give us a follow on... No, go to the website, supernaturaldogshit.com.
That's the one.
That's the one.
And a word from our sponsor.
socialqr.xyz.
And what are they, Nathan?
Ed, what are they?
Don't be passing this shit. No.
No, I'll do it.
No,
because we owe it to the client to not screw it up.
But this is his job. This is his job. He should
No.
be saying this.
socialqr.xyz. You can put all your social media in one place. As Ed said, if you're like an artist, you can put all your stuff there.
Okay.
It's very simple, very easy, and you get your own little QR code.
You're bleeding terrible, you are. That was an awful way to introduce
It's
it.
an internet service.
Actually, do you guys want to continue on talking there, and I'll sort out Anto with a pair of headphones?
Yep.
Yeah, so you go on.
No, it is.
So what is it?
It's an internet service where you can compile all your social media. So all your Instagrams, all your Twitters, all your Snapchats, everything. Get it all going in one place, and then you're given a QR code that you can print out or you can share online, and then people zap that QR code and it brings up all the stuff you've compiled for it.
Yeah.
And it's real easy to use.
Or, as I say every week, use it for your porn. Put all your porn in one handy place. And then you put the QR code in your bedside locker.
Your clown porn.
Yeah. And then you can share it with your
All
friends
clown
too.
porn, yeah.
So like, look guys, do you want to scan my QR code and watch what I watch? Bit weird, but...
It is weird. I
Very
will
personal.
never understand that.
What?
People sharing porn.
Me and Aiden share porn. We
Mind
do.
you, I suppose back in the day, was it not sharing like porno mags?
Can we just say someone else is after coming into the studio?
Yes, we
have a
are
special
joined
guest.
by Anto.
Bringing me snacks.
Anto, hello, man. How are you? He's going to join. I think he might be joining in the last hour. I have a funny feeling that's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
No harm.
I'll sit him over here on my knee and make Ash jealous.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to our sponsors, socialcure.xyz, Scott and Corey, for sponsoring the show. Legends.
They are.
So,
gods amongst men.
The host is gone, so I guess
what? Yeah, well, we don't need him.
Bye bye, Aiden.
Because he's both bald and fat.
He is. So we're gonna go straight into it.
So yeah, well, I'm kind of interested. What's your stance on it?
Yeah.
That's a heavyweight.
direct
That's
it.
a heavy.
Ask me a bit more of a.
Yeah, that's a heavyweight.
No,
start.
it's a
Pointed
pretty
question.
broad way, but like, how do you feel about the modern elements of feminism?
Can we just say to those at home first, because I'm taking the light off you, so you don't have to put the pressure, because we were like, I saw that. Like feminist is its belief of political equality of the sexes, basically. Just for those who don't know.
And that's no problem.
I'm out of breath.
Because you're fat.
Because I'm fat and I ran up the stairs.
What were you looking for, a chair?
I was looking for no. Oh yeah, you go out and grab yourself a chair, Anto.
Yeah, you gave me the jack.
But that's what I was looking for.
It's the wrong one.
Yeah, so.
Oh, where's the adapter pin?
How unfit am I?
Does this front one continue there?
No, that's the monitor one.
Yeah, that is the monitor. Sorry about this, people. We're having some technical difficulties. We had a
surprise guest.
We did have a surprise guest. We had Anto walk into the studio. Anto is Ash's boyfriend.
He is. He's also the lead singer of Awakened Dominion.
Has he popped a question yet?
No.
Bastard. What's he waiting on?
A ring, probably.
Waiting to put a. What's that song? Put a ring on
If you
it?
like it, then you should put a ring on it.
Right, so I'm assuming you were all delving deep into feminism.
Oh yeah, man, we're finished. It's done.
All right, good
The
stuff.
topic's
Thank
done.
God. So we'll chat you on next Tuesday.
Well,
Bye,
we're
guys.
on our next topic now. Super nasty child molesters, and are they in our areas?
We do need
In
Richie for
this
that.
room. What?
Oh, there's a one. Actually, what is the statistics with pedos? That 1 in 5 men, it turns out, are pedophiles.
That's crazy.
Well, it's
1
none
in
of us.
5.
We're good.
Oh yeah, thank God.
Well,
There's
there is
4 men in this room.
Yeah, there's only 4.
Yeah, but there's one upstairs.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, serious time.
Yeah, this is serious time.
It's you anyway.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's. I just wanted to put the pressure back on him.
The microphone is on.
Come on.
So,
where do
the
you start?
question of the day, this is what I wanted to throw out to the listeners to 085 27 27 212 was, do you believe we have reached an age of equality? And I'm going to ask Ash that question. Ash, do you think we've reached the age of equality? Do we still need feminists out there?
Yeah, well, I don't think a full level of equality in either sex is ever going to be fully
Achieved.
That
Do you think we're equal?
in a lot of ways, yeah, but
Do you think that I am equal to you?
in what regard?
Well, not
in
you.
the good-looking department, don't think so.
No.
Let's say generally equal.
Yeah.
We won't specify.
What, like, I don't know how you're supposed to answer that question when it's not pointed at
Okay, so
something
men
specific.
and women
Yeah.
women have fought for equality. And the way I put it, I was talking to Aiden there a while ago, that first wave feminism, they done an amazing job.
I agree with you, yeah.
And I think it should have died there. There's so many things that people these days are fighting about when the battles were won a long, long time ago.
By the likes of Jermaine Greer and all that.
Yeah, and it's time to shut up and move on. What I think these days with modern feminism is more a case of trying to run men down and telling us that we are boisterous.
It's counterproductive.
That we are rapists in waiting. That we are all somehow... what was that thing that they done? Child molesters in waiting as well.
Yeah.
There was a sign in a pub in Dublin that over urinal, and the sign had said, "Remember, don't rape."
Yeah. And it's a serious side, not a piss take.
This was like genuinely in a pub in Dublin.
Like, we're not
don't
animals.
rape. Now, first of all, who the hell was that directed towards? Because if it was directed towards me, well, you can go and fuck yourself. It's very simple. And if I was a rapist, am I going to be listening to a piece of paper on a wall?
No.
Am I going to look at that sign?
That's not going to deter you if you're...
Exactly.
No, not at all.
I'm taking a piss looking at this going, don't rape a woman. I guess I won't now. Now the piece of paper has spoken
It spoke to me, yeah.
All they're doing is running men down. And to be quite honest with you, I'm getting rather sick of it.
There's good and bad in everything, and that's in every walk of life, gender, sexuality. It doesn't really matter. There's assholes everywhere. But
I agree.
It is becoming counterproductive because you are running men down, and men are nearly afraid a lot of the time to say anything or to act a certain way, like flirting with somebody or whatever in a workplace, or that kind of can be deemed as sexual harassment or whatever the case may be. It's not always.
But sexual harassment is subjective.
That's
That's the problem with sexual harassment. Because let's say you're in a pub tonight, Ash, and let's say you were a single girl.
Every night.
A man, a very ugly old man came over and slapped you on the ass. You'd look at him and go, what are you doing, you prick? Either hit him, knock him out, whatever it is that you're going to do. But if this was a really handsome guy that you were interested in, done the exact same thing, you're going, okay, I'm going to allow that. Therefore, it's subjective.
That's a good point.
That's true, but personally, if anyone touched me in any way,
I think I've seen you level people for that.
Someone grabbed my ass in the pub one time and I said, you touch me again, I'll break your hand.
Go on.
Okay, but what if this was a guy you were interested in?
I don't care who you are. Don't violate my space by touching me unwanted. Like if we're talking and something, like if you're single and you're talking to a guy and you're seeming that you're interested, not just some guy walking past grabbing your ass, even good looking or not.
Okay, but let's say you know this guy a while and you're interested in him. When is it okay for him to put a hand on your leg?
If you're both flirting,
if you're flirting, and something's actually happening.
So who makes the
like
forced
a drive-by grab?
No.
Who makes the forced move, and do you need permission to do so?
Yeah, I suppose that's a question that needs to.
Well, it's a battle of nerves at that point, isn't it?
It's a battle of nerves.
But I mean, it's a battle of nerves between the couple. So you've got herself and himself, right? And it's whichever one gets the bottle to make
do
that
it
initial
first.
comment.
Yeah.
That might be.
But that
flirting.
initial move that you make on a woman can be now construed as sexual harassment.
But you can kind of tell when someone likes you, or you know what I mean.
Generally,
Yeah, but even at that, let's say Ash, me and you we were dating for a while, and we were deeply in love, and I put my hand in your leg, and you wanted that. You could still turn around tomorrow and say, I changed my mind. That was sexual harassment, and have me charged for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who are crying wolf. There's a lot of people who are crying wolf as well when it comes to stuff like that, being like, oh, this was sexual harassment, that was sexual harassment. I actually watched a video a couple of weeks ago of a woman recording a guy, and she was like, what's your name? And he was like, my name is Humongous. And then he didn't finish it. And she kept recording him and was like, what's your name? Humongous what? That's sexual harassment. Made a massive scene, got security involved. They were going to call the cops because she was making the scene. She's like, why aren't you arresting that guy? Why, he said because he was going to call himself a humongous dick or
All he
something.
said was humongous.
Like,
I saw that.
It's snowflake mentality, and it is ridiculous. But like, I think the violation of if you just decide to grab somebody, like it happens in nightclubs all the time with young girls working.
Yeah.
Walking around collecting glasses, and all of a sudden some lad just decides to give you a grope. It's inappropriate.
Well, let me tell you a story. There was this last year at some stage was on the radio that a taxi driver rang into the radio station. He was telling this story that a woman had come running out to his car outside of a hotel, and she got into the car, and it was more so a case of her screaming, crying, oh God, they raped me, they raped me, they raped me.
Okay.
So he immediately called the police. The police came down, took her away. The taxi driver knew the police officer who arrived on the scene. So a couple of weeks later, he rang the police officer up and said, is that woman okay? Now, I don't know whether the police officer was doing the right thing by telling the truth here, but it turns out that she was a lying piece of shit. There was, she said she was molested in the lift, in the elevator, and there was cameras in it that she didn't know.
I didn't do that.
The two guys were literally standing behind her, texting on their phone, doing nothing, paid no attention to her whatsoever, and she cried rape.
For what?
There's clearly not something right in her head.
Because there was clearly something wrong with her.
Yeah.
But
whereas if we cry that against women, nothing.
But
take you serious.
Here's the thing though, if there had been no camera in there, them two guys were screwed, absolutely screwed over.
Because even if it comes up that it never happened, it's still something that's been said about you.
Oh, you can't unring a bell.
It's always going to carry.
Yeah.
But here's the question: do you prosecute women who falsely accuse men of either sexual molestation, rape, or molesting of a child?
Yeah, sexual, rape and stuff like that is a lot of the time very, very hard to prove. A lot of people, when it comes to if a woman or a girl has been raped, a lot of the time they don't necessarily go to the hospital straight away.
Yeah, because you can get
it's a fight or flight
inspected,
thing.
yeah.
You just it's a quite invasive thing.
Of course.
So let's say we could prove 100% that this woman was lying. Do you believe?
Yeah, that she should be prosecuted.
She should be
because she's like it's like people. What's the name of that guy, the rugby player who apparently?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't sex then, was it?
No.
No, but we all know.
The guy, whoever, and everyone's like, oh, she just cried rape. She went back to the party willingly and blah blah blah, and then she got blasted. And because he's some rugby star, it's fine.
But wasn't her sex life brought up? in the
Yeah,
court.
but I mean, it's no one's like.
Kind of is.
I've seen videos of her sending videos to men of her playing with herself.
But it kind of is the people's business when an accusation is being made.
No, I'm not saying it's not people's business. I'm saying people being promiscuous or in their sex lives doesn't necessarily warrant them being raped by somebody.
No, of course not. No,
it's all
absolutely.
situational, also. But
No, but you understand that what the solicitors in this case were trying to do was to show that the woman was quite promiscuous with a lot of other guys, and she had a bit of a wild sex life.
She did.
And they were just basically proving that she's done this before.
And
that she's cried rape before.
No, that she's done these things before, like threesomes and sexting people and all that type of stuff, which builds up a character reference, basically.
Yeah.
Are you opening a can over there? Just open
a
it quickly.
bottle of Dr. Pepper. Wasn't there a thing? Didn't her friend walk into the room and see this is a vulgar word.
Allegedly.
Seen her being spit roasted, and she was like, "No, I'm fine."
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly.
Just cover ourselves.
We don't know.
Yeah.
There was texts and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you
There
believe
was text or something
Yeah.
disproved it in the end.
Do you believe that a woman should face prison time, a fine, or if it's proven without a shadow of a doubt?
Yeah.
Because I have a problem with this.
Why?
Okay, so let's say you're a genuine rape victim,
Okay.
and you said it perfectly a minute ago. You said it's quite difficult to prove rape unless there's DNA left behind, or unless there's witnesses or a camera. So if a woman cannot prove that she was raped, all that guy has to do is then
sue her then.
and then she'll be convicted. Can you imagine if you're a rape victim and you go to prison because some bastard
Yeah.
raped you?
That's the problem too.
That's the double-edged sword, though. It's the same thing as being accused of being a rapist and then going away to prison and then not having done it. I watched another one. It was like some daytime or morning American TV, and this girl in America, she was caught seeing a guy in her school. Her parents were quite religious, and he was a black man, and they didn't like that, and blah blah blah. Her dad went crazy. Then she basically cried rape. And was like, he was forcing me to do this. I never wanted to be part of it. Blah blah blah. They were in a full-blown relationship.
Yeah.
He went away to prison for 13 years.
Which is completely wrong.
He got out, whatever it was. He met up with her. She had got in contact with him, met up with him, and then he had a wire on him just in case of whatever she would say. That And she basically was like, "I'm so sorry I ever did that to you. Like it wasn't true. We were in love. We were in a relationship with my dad. Blah blah blah." And he was like, "I just spent 13 years of my life in prison because you couldn't tell your dad you were seeing a black man."
Wow.
It's just like that's.
She just wanted that black D. Sorry.
That's crazy though. Like throwing someone's life away just because, or crying rape as well makes it a lot harder for other victims to come through.
And that's my point, exactly what I'm saying here. Because if you are a genuine rape victim and there's laws in this country that can convict somebody if there's not enough evidence, and then you're kind of screwed.
Also, people there's people who've been caught or have been convicted of rape in this country and haven't served anything over 4 years.
Oh yeah,
which is insane to me.
That's
you get caught with a bag of weed and you get in way more trouble.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
massive.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
4 years.
4 or 5 years out on good behaviour.
What was that guy's
There
name?
was no
The
women to rape
big
in
child
prison.
molester that in Dublin. Everybody was saying his name there.
Oh,
a couple
Larry
of years
Murphy.
ago. Larry
Oh
Murphy.
yeah.
The Wicklow Mountain Man.
There's a pub called Larry Murphy's in Dublin.
Like, how long did he spend in prison?
I'm not sure.
Actually, don't know.
Was it 2 or 3 years?
It
Something?
wasn't a long time anyway.
Something stupid after raping all
And there
of
was
kids?
multiple people, multiple kids, whatever. But like, that's what I mean. It's like the deterrent isn't there either. So why is some girl going to come forward and put herself on the line and put her name out to be blasted when the guy who's doing the raping is probably not going to get in feck all trouble for it?
Yeah. Larry Murphy spent 10 years in prison.
So what's the
That's
answer
not
to
a
it?
lot though.
It's not.
Not for rape.
Well, I mean,
Absolutely
what's
not.
On multiple people, not one.
What's manslaughter in Ireland time-wise?
7 years.
That's all. You see,
And then murders, like 25?
I
No,
don't know.
less.
Not
it's
even.
life.
10 to 25.
It's life.
But life's
but
not life
life's
here.
not life in this
Yeah.
country. I think
yeah,
it's
well, the
15
prison system
years.
in Ireland, I suppose, could be another topic.
Especially if you've got a good solicitor.
Oh no, it will be.
Oh, good.
Yes, it will be. We'll have a legal episode one of the nights.
But yeah.
So back to the feminism stuff. What do you think in that case where the women who do falsely accuse men, do you think, now that I've actually said this to you, that it
When you
will
say it there,
deter
yeah.
women, do you still think that there should be legislation brought in to be able to convict these women?
See that now that you've said it and you've actually explained the whole of girls not wanting to come forward, especially if there is nothing to prove it.
And then they get done
Rape
even
victims
though
could be
they
done.
did
Yeah, like being doubly raped, but like, yeah, maybe
Exactly,
maybe.
that's exactly what it
that's a
is.
good analogy,
Doubly
yeah.
raped.
Yeah.
'Cause they'd be getting rightly fucked over by the courts. They really would. And I don't want to see a situation where that happens, but unfortunately then what we're doing is we're going to again favour the women over the men, because there are genuine men out there who have been accused of rape who have never done a goddamn thing. And what a lot of people seem to miss on this one is they don't hear the word accused. They just hear this man raped.
Yeah.
And you can't unring a bell. And once that's said about somebody, that
It's
will
gonna be said
follow
forever,
them
yeah. It's gonna be
for
like
the
a
rest
shadow.
of their life.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Even if...
But they're guilty
until
proven
proven innocent.
Because
Yeah.
once that's
sorry, yeah.
thrown out there, it's never going to go away.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go away.
Even if they are proven innocent, it'll still...
Of course. Because there will be people who will say, no smoke without fire. Yeah. Very simple. And I feel terribly sorry for these guys, because I have met a few, and I actually know a guy who lives in Dublin, and he was accused of rape.
Yeah.
He was accused of raping his children.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And as the kids got older, they eventually said, no, my daddy didn't do that. That was a load of crap.
And who was the accuser?
The mother. The mother. But the mother wanted full custody
She's
of the
on the
children.
shit heap.
She is.
She wanted full custody, and this is what she done to garner leverage over the father. And the father was literally accused of this, and it destroyed his life. Like, when I say destroyed, it destroyed his life. He lost his job. His family turned their backs on him. He was suicidal. He turned to alcohol. He just became an absolute mess, all because she wanted her way. So
I guarantee he still thinks about it to this day.
I'm kind of stuck in the middle where, with somebody like that, should she go to prison for what she did? Or what kind of...
repercussions is there?
Exactly.
Yeah, like a fine is silly. That's just silly.
Well, I
if you
mean...
were to fine her, like, that's just...
I mean, what monetary value could you even put on...
Exactly.
Ruining someone's life.
Ruining that guy's life. You know,
maybe
10,000,
I have a good one.
20,000?
Maybe community service for life, 1 day a week, 2 days a week.
For life?
For life.
For life.
Yeah.
Life. That's a bit extreme.
That's a commitment.
Okay, till retirement age.
That's still extreme.
No, only if it's 1 day a week.
But for a burden that guy's going to have to carry around for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
She should carry it then.
What do you think about that, Ed?
I get that, but the law's...
I like it.
Yeah, but the law's not there to be extreme. It's to punish people.
It's
not
It's
to
not
take things
extreme,
to-
though.
that is very extreme.
How is that extreme?
To the age of 65.
Yeah.
So a rapist can go to prison for 7 years. And a woman who accuses a man falsely of rape has to serve her entire life up until
It's only
retirement
it's only
age.
1 day a week, which
Don't care.
would make up what?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Don't give a shit. It's still extreme.
Well, what about?
Well, how about it's calculated to that date, and they can work off so many days a week?
Yeah.
Or they just send her to prison.
Yeah, but like you said, if an actual rape person who's raped someone is only going to prison for 7 to 10 years,
Yeah, but I think...
what value are you going to put on them?
I think
going away?
specifically in this type of case that I'm talking about, where it was actually the accusation was made towards the children, that the children were raped, not the woman.
Yeah, and it's also like those kids are not going to have to go around all the time, not people looking at them going, "Oh, your dad did this to you."
And then if the mother goes to prison, then they've got no parents because the dad's not there, the mum's not there.
And do you think that the system in this country is stacked towards women or men?
In what regard? Towards kids and stuff.
No, family courts.
Family courts is always like we said earlier on. It's always stacked towards the woman.
Jobs.
Jobs are different.
Education.
Jobs. There is different types of jobs. Like people who are bin men and stuff like that. There's very few women who are bin men.
I don't think there's any.
Well, I couldn't tell you that 'cause I don't know that
I'd
for
love
fact,
to be proven wrong.
You see, that's the thing about equality too. Like women want all the great jobs.
Yes,
but they don't want to be a bin man or a sewer man. Or
they're not fighting to get to the bottom.
For one of my old jobs, something we had to do was sensitivity training.
Oh, piss off.
I swear to God, we had to.
You sensitive little soul.
Piss off. Is this
That's
why
why
you
you're
are
soft.
the way you are? A white knight.
I'm not a white knight.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Let's not go there.
He
Go
hates,
on.
he hates
Anyway.
it.
Come on, sensitivity training.
Anyway, the sensitivity training, and I got stuck in a team, and it was all women, and that was grand. But there was it was all videos, and it was quite funny actually because we knew a lot of the actors in the videos, and we were just having a giggle about that. But there was this kind of thing about they were having a meeting, so they were all sitting around the coffee table. There was 4 of them, and then there was one chick and 3 dudes. So 2 of the guys get really animated in the discussion of the production notes, and the woman keeps trying to get involved with it, and they keep cutting her off. It goes to a point where one guy actually puts his hand up to her while he's talking, just doesn't look at her, but sticks his hand up towards her as if to say shush.
Yeah.
And
Rude.
then we're asked, we watched the video, we had asked the questions, and I was asking the lassies there, one of them is in the props department, I was just asked this, that doesn't really happen, does it? And I was like, oh yeah, it does, the whole time. The whole time.
Dismissed.
But then the other side of that coin, there's another one of my employers, and the company is run by a man and a woman. And the woman refuses to hire women because she reckons they physically can't lift as much. So,
well, it's not reckons, it is a fact.
That's proven. Like,
no, it is a fact.
It's an absolute fact.
Now, we've had some women that can just hoof it and just work through it. Like the fencing pirates, I'd like to give a shout out to them, who I would have seen this year at the festivals. But basically, it's my mate Gwyn, and he's outnumbered now because there's 3 other girls on the team, and they go around with a pickup and a trailer just putting up fences at festivals from the start of the season to the end of it, and that's all they do. But them women, those 3 women, like they can work. They're animals to work.
And I'm sure there is some lads who couldn't lift a paper bag.
Oh yeah, Nathan over there, look at skinny.
No, you'd be surprised. I did furniture removal with a guy for 2.5 years, and we went to move a piano one day, and he was like, "You're not going to be able to lift this." We got the piano down the stairs together.
Pure ignorance.
Yeah, it was pure ignorance. Yeah.
So last night, I think we were talking about women being in the police services, fire services, and the army, that type of stuff. And let's just run through that again. I know we already had the conversation, but let's run through it for the sake of the listeners. So I gave you an example last night of, let's say that you're up the top of a building, and down at the bottom of the ladder, the building is on fire, I might add, and that the fire services are there to rescue. At the bottom of the ladder, you have a 5'0" woman, or you have a big burly lad, and you have kids up there. Who do you want to come up and rescue you?
Whoever's more efficient to do the job. I think if a building's on fire, I don't care who it is, come up to get me.
But out of those 2 descriptions,
the big burly guy,
of course,
I guess,
the big burly guy.
Me too.
So there are definitely some jobs that are, men gravitate to those type of jobs more often than not.
Here's a question: is there any jobs that women can't do that men do? They just can't do it.
A penis model.
Donate sperm.
Or a penis model.
Yeah, very true.
There you go.
I'm sure there are a couple of jobs that they can't do, but equally the same can be said that there's jobs that men can't do that women do very well.
Yeah.
In the more egalitarian societies, the Nordic countries, where they've basically said, you go and do what you want to do.
You talking about Scandinavian stuff?
Yeah. So you take whatever job you want to do. It turned out that men naturally gravitated back to male jobs, and females naturally gravitated back to female jobs, stereotypical female jobs. So the likes of teachers and nurses and that type of stuff as well. But I feel that there is a massive push on gender quotas, and it's more difficult these days for a man to get a job if there's gender quotas in place there.
Is there race quotas too?
There's not in Ireland.
In America?
No, in America.
You have to have a certain amount of black people working for you.
In America, they have what's called, oh God, what the hell is his name? I'll think of it in a while.
Yeah, go on.
But they have
inclusionary quotas or something, is it?
No. Affirmative action. It's called affirmative action. That's where if you have 3 jobs and you have to give 2 jobs to the black guys and 1 to a white guy. Which is ridiculous.
That's
because there
ridiculous.
could be
whoever's best for the job.
Whoever's best for the goddamn
job.
110% they should be getting the job.
People are so afraid to be seen to be pointing towards.
You've only got white people working for you.
Like. Oh yeah, you must be this way or that way.
Yes.
Do you believe that there is a pay gap between men and women? That's being thrown about so much in the media.
I've heard this before, and then I was watching a couple of videos that, like, I think in America statistically women get paid more than men.
Okay.
Do they? In certain fields.
Oh yeah.
So I know I get paid well.
But do you believe that the pay gap exists between men and women?
No. Well, not as much now as it was, but I don't think so.
I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah, but I think in a lot of places this is your starting wage, and that doesn't matter who you are, what you are.
Well, see, there is a pay gap. There is a pay gap between men and women, but it has to be explained. The reason why there's a pay gap between men and women is because women clearly take maternity leave. Women don't, for some reason. A man will be more aggressive in a job. So let's say he wants that promotion. He will work 70 hours a week. Where for some reason...
And sacrifice his life.
And they sacrifice their lives. For some reason, women don't want to sacrifice their lives. They want to do other things, better things.
Like if women have kids and they want to step back from their 70-hour week.
Yeah, exactly.
To focus on the kids' lives. That generally does.
And that has to be taken into consideration. Yeah. And that's where the pay gap lies. But unfortunately, you have so many feminists out there who are just saying that women need to get paid equal. Look, if you walk into any job and there's 2 jobs, 2 managerial positions, and you're a woman and I'm a man, we're both going to get the exact same wage. Because if you got less, you're just going to go to a solicitor and say, I'm getting paid less for the exact same job,
Yeah.
and people would be getting sued.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why the pay gap myth exists.
Well,
That women are purely.
It
not
says here in
getting-
America, women earn 78 cents for every dollar a man makes.
Yes.
And you know why that's not fair? Because the man's only left with 22 cents.
That's a fucking terrible
Oh
joke.
my god.
That's bad.
You do
Wow.
realise that
Googling jokes.
No, this is facts. I just made that
no,
up.
he done this joke.
We don't
earlier
pay you
with
to
me.
Google jokes. In fact, we don't pay you at all.
Nobody gets paid.
Donate.
Apologies for that
Yes.
terrible
So
one.
there was actually quite a lot that we disagreed on last night, but we don't seem to be disagreeing now.
Look.
Yet.
The difference a day makes.
Yes.
And yeah, we're only 24 minutes into it, so.
What? Can
This is
you
true.
even remember what we were arguing about?
No.
It did come to an argument.
Yeah.
Well, I think when
I'm quite an opinionated person.
I think well, it was probably because you had
And
drink
drink
as well.
involved,
And
yeah.
you weren't in the
Drink
right state of
involved.
mind to argue back. I
Yeah,
heard.
clearly.
Yeah.
But we were talking about physicality of men
Yeah, I think
versus
well,
women.
that initial put my back up kind of thing was like, well, fuck you, women can do whatever a man can.
Which is bullshit.
In certain regards, yeah, 100%. Like, but
Really only in physical aspects.
Bone density, muscle mass.
Oh, okay.
but that's
Yeah, but it's all physical.
that's a physical
Yes,
thing.
clearly.
But then you could
But then
argue
we-
we're a different species.
But then we have to, take note of that physical difference. We have to take note, and this is
Oh no,
why.
no, you have to be honest about everything.
This
But
is
do you
why
think
in
a
all
woman?
things.
Do you think a woman's going to put herself forward for a job that she's not physically able to do?
Yes,
Why? Just to prove a point?
yes, and I think there's so many of them out there doing that,
To make an ass of themselves by doing.
and
a job
that's
they
what's
can't
going to
do?
happen to them. That is what's going to happen to them.
Like
Well, look, as I said, any of the women I ever saw that was gone that way, looking for the physical job, and they were well able to keep up.
well,
Yeah, like I
all
might
of
be like I work in a male-dominated place in general.
Yeah.
In an industry. I can do the things that the lads do. It might take me a little bit longer, and I might not be as efficient at doing it, but pure pig ignorance will make me do it.
You get it done, yeah.
Well, see, unfortunately, this is going to get me a lot of hatred. I think that there's no place outside of clerical work for women in the police services, the fire services, and the army.
I've been intimidated by female guards before.
Kind of know.
Well, hold on. Yeah, actually, no. Just wait for 2 seconds. You've been intimidated by female guards. Long time ago, when I was quite young, a female guard came over to me. I was acting the MAGA. So she came over and she was basically arresting me. Now, I was physically much taller, much bigger than this woman, and the only thing stopping me was the fact that she was a guard and I'd end up in more trouble. But I could have easily, if I was a scumbag, just hit her and ran.
You could also say that
Well,
about
this
fat
one was
guards.
taller
There's
than
plenty
me
of them.
and-
Yes, this is very true.
I was like,
And-
oh, look at that fat guard over there. What's he going to do?
Yeah, there
Like,
definitely
he's
should
gonna
be
run
a thing for that as well.
Absolutely, there's a few of them in this town.
We won't mention any names.
No. But do you think women have a place outside clerical work in the army, the police services, and fire services?
I know a couple of people that are in the army that are men that wouldn't necessarily look to be
Yeah.
very physical in the slightest, and there could be women that would take those jobs and be better at them. But it's dependent on the person. I don't think.
But I mean,
There's an
in the
entire
army,
sec-
does the woman not have to pass a physical test anyway?
Yeah.
They do, but unfortunately, what they done is
They didn't make it different, did they?
No, they made the run time shorter because the women can't run as fast as men.
I don't agree with that.
So
Yeah, it should be.
it should be
across the board.
exactly
Equal.
equal. They do less push-ups, less sit-ups, blah 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 blah. So therefore, there's a noticeable difference straight away in the fact that women are physically weaker, and I don't see why. Because a woman is physically weaker doesn't mean she's weak. They just need to play to their strengths. You know, men need to play to their strengths, women need to play to theirs, and I think the world will get on a hell of a lot better if we notice these differences, discuss them, and then we're all sitting back cool about this stuff.
But do you also believe that in the opposite direction when it comes to men trying to get jobs that are predominantly female, like men hairstylists or men or male makeup artists or male nurses?
There isn't that
Majority of the
many
time-
male stage managers. There's 67% of stage managers are female.
Okay,
Like-
go on.
If you hear of a man who's a nurse, it's always that kind of like snigger, like, "Ha, you're a nurse."
Yeah, I have no issue with it though.
Like, why shouldn't a man be a nurse?
I believe that. Yeah.
Because there's a stereotype like, oh, you must be a bit soft if you're a male nurse.
It's because women have that caring, nurturing thing about them.
Because it has been said, and the data is collected on this, so it's solid data, that men are more interested in things where women are more interested in people.
I do consider that.
So, you know, obviously with caring work, like the likes of being a nanny, of being an au pair, or a nurse, or any of that type of stuff, yes, I think women are much more suited to that area.
Or social workers.
So exactly, social workers, which there really, really are a lot of social workers who are female, and they are much more suited because they have that
Maternal-
that je
maternal.
ne sais quoi, that love, maternal instincts that men just don't have. So
Yeah, but
Especially you.
thanks.
That's what I'm here for.
Well, like what I was saying about everybody being different, there is men who have that caring side to them, or they have that paternal instinct to care about people or to look after people.
Yeah, there's
it should-
loads.
Yeah, and it shouldn't all be tarred at the same brush. It's just like I guarantee a woman would feel a bit weird if it was a male hairdresser doing her hair. She'd be like, I want
But
prefer to go to a
There's one in town.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them. But isn't there? There seems to be a bit of a drive, a push in every job market for women to take up positions which women never naturally gravitated to before. So now it's, last year they done a big drive in the army that they were looking for women, and none of the women signed up. It was a big flop. They wasted millions advertising that they wanted women, and women just didn't bother their arse because they're not interested in it.
Because they're smarter and they didn't want to die in war.
And that's that is a
Die
good
for a
point.
country who's not going to give a crap about you after.
You know what I mean?
You look at the amount of deaths that are happen during war. Men, highest rate of suicide.
Men.
Yeah,
highest attempted suicide
is women.
Women.
Yeah. No, but unfortunately, it turns out that that's more of a looking for attention type thing. Men get it into their head; they just go off and they do it.
Yeah.
Where a woman will sit
Statistically,
around.
men do it in a messier way. Than
Yeah,
women
it's actually
do.
Yes,
isn't
they
it
do, yeah.
proven that women do it in a time that they can, like, let's say they poison themselves, so they have time to get help.
That is their tipple of choice that
Yeah.
they would take
Overdose.
Yeah.
overdose, and
whatever.
normally they're found.
And they usually regret it, and then they can get help. Yeah.
Well, see, interestingly enough, over the last several years, I noticed a bit of a trend that suicide is on the uptake for women.
Let's not go on that topic.
That
either.
I've heard a lot more women committing suicide than I've ever heard before. Hearing about men was quite natural. That happened all the time. But with women now, and I'm going to myself, why is this? Why are more women now killing themselves? Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it's because they're adopting the role of the male. And now they understand the pressures that the male was under to bring the bread home and to be the breadwinner and to be working their ass off all the time, and then they saw life being pointless. Are women not now adopting that role and suffering the consequences of that role?
I don't think that would be the only thing that would be contributing to it. But
What do you reckon else could contribute towards it?
well, people who I always used to think that suicide was a very selfish act. I just think that whoever would commit suicide, I used to.
It kind of is, though.
But it is and it isn't. But if you've gotten to that point where you don't care about anything else, you're not thinking about who's left behind, or you're not thinking about anything else. When you're in that frame of mind, nothing else matters besides that. I've seen a lot in my own life of people who have almost or nearly or whatever committed suicide or whatever, and it had nothing to do with.
It's slightly off topic, but do you believe then in the right to die? As in, like, there should be something you can go through to euthanize yourself if you really, really, really want to.
I mean, if you really,
You're going to
really
kill yourself. You're going to kill yourself if you want
Exactly.
to. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think it has to be assisted.
No.
That whole euthanasia thing is quite a weird one. I'm just like if there is people who obviously are suffering and people who have terminal illnesses and they obviously don't want to just fade away.
For that, it should be, yeah.
And whatever, yeah. But I watched that Louis Theroux documentary of the guy who took that aided drug to die. It took him like 16 hours to die.
No, fuck that.
And
That's
he was just
awful.
suffering the whole time, and he wanted it to be recorded.
Oh,
just
God.
like imagine like looking at someone's last breaths for 16 hours.
I actually saw someone take their last breath. It's not.
Same.
It's
It's
not
not
nice.
nice.
Shotgun shell not
It's something
cheaper.
that's never going to get out of your head either.
No.
Why don't they just give that as a medical option, like a
What?
surgical shotgun shell?
Why can't you just take something? They just don't suffer for 16 hours. Or people who
Just
take
overdose
overdoses in
them on
general.
a-
There'd definitely be way
just
higher
overdose
suicide
them
rates
on an
then.
or not a, what do you call them?
Local anesthetic.
Sedative.
Well, what are people who commit suicide, and what do you think that people a lot of the time would instantly regret it? What about the guy who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge? He said as soon as his feet left that Golden Gate Bridge that
Yeah.
he was like, fuck, what am I after doing?
Loads of people say that.
Yeah, I said the exact same
You
thing.
said it.
And he survived.
Mm.
And now he's still has manic depression, and he still has to like check himself every now and again. But imagine that being at that point being like, God damn, I can't come back.
Well, do you think that depression plays a big part in a lot of women committing suicide?
Yeah, we'll go back to feminism now. Go on,
Yeah, I think depression. I think women carry a lot of
extra burden.
yeah.
And where do you think that extra burden is coming from? Is it not adopting the role of the man?
And it probably is a lot of things of not feeling equal or not feeling enough. And because a lot of women it's the same thing. Is like if you look good, you feel good. If somebody gives you a compliment, and all of a sudden you're happy for the day.
Yeah.
But if somebody makes something negative, women tend to carry that.
But the media stack and aimed at women in that way.
Well, I mean, the market is driven by women.
The market is driven by women, but then what are they marketing towards women?
Oh, look good, feel great.
Like
And if you don't look good, you're a
shaving
piece of
legs was
shit.
never an issue before the late 1800s when someone got a wild figari in their head. Oh, I want to sell loads of razors, so I'm going to make this the fashion statement now.
And
women with
women are
shaven legs.
Sorry, women are way more sexualized than men as well.
There's a standard of what women should look like.
That seems to be shifting. You know, women being more sexualized than men. You look at that, what was that movie with the good-looking dancers in it?
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
They're quite good-looking men.
You know, there are lots of these Chippendale-type dancer groups who, you know, they garner massive attention from women. Movies like 50 Shades of Grey, you know, so women are starting to adopt, again, the roles of men, and they're over-sexualizing men. And that is a case.
Well, no, maybe they're just finally free to
do whatever they want.
enjoy their sexuality the same way men have been able.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a case of enjoying because men have obviously took a wrong road. And I would love for women to be able to learn from that us, when we did sexualize women and put them bent over cars and all that type of stuff, that was wrong. That was wrong for us to do. So why are women now doing the same thing to men?
Or is there an equal playing field now?
Yeah, but see, we were told you're not allowed to do it. You know the girls that hold up the cards at not in the boxing.
Ring girls.
Not the ring girls, at the start of the Formula 1?
Yes.
Dolly Brollies.
Paddock girls.
Yeah, so they were banned.
Really?
They were banned because men are sexualizing them. Yet, the Chippendales are not banned. So what women are saying is, we can sexualize men, but you can't sexualize women.
Well, Chippendale is a chosen role as well. It's like male stripping. It's just that's what they're doing.
So was what the women were doing there with the cards.
Yeah,
they were happy with that.
Yeah, well, that's the role that they chose. They knew what they were getting themselves into.
Same
in
with
that
prostitution.
Regard. Yeah, a lot of people choose prostitution is a different thing because people are doing it out of necessity.
Well,
not
is
because they want to
everything
do
we
it.
do not prostitution? We're using our bodies and our souls.
We're prostituting ourselves right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly
everything
what we're
we
doing.
do is prostitution.
You know, the difference between flogging your mutton and flogging your voice is, you know, it's just the same thing. You're just selling something off. What were we saying about prostitution? You think it's a
lot of people who go into prostitution is because a lot of people have drug habits and then they have to feed their drug habits and then they become prostitutes. Not necessarily. I don't think anyone wakes up one day and just like, I want to be a prostitute.
Is the man to blame on that?
Not if they don't have a pimp, no.
No, but is the man to blame on that?
No, well, but the Johns are it's a circle. So it's like the reason that there's women prostitutes is because there's men who are paying for sex. So it's just like it's vice versa. Like they wouldn't be there if the other people weren't there. If the Johns weren't there, the girls wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's like asking the question: who's worse, the drug dealer or the drug taker?
One's facilitating and one's
So who's worse?
They're about as bad as each other.
No chicken without the egg.
No, the dealer.
It's going to be got either
because they're
way.
preying on the innocent.
But they
it's
don't.
an addiction.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
like
sickness.
they might not notice the story that the person's going through or the struggle and strife. They're just like doing their job. At the end of the day, it's a job.
And women are
I'm not advocating drug dealing, by the way. I'm just saying.
It sounds like it.
No, but it is a job. Like people are going to take drugs no matter what.
They will.
They will. They'll make them themselves.
But do you not see a bit of an oxymoron where a lot of the times these days what women are doing is they're saying, do as I say, not as I do. So we can look at men dancing on stage, we can over-sexualize them, we can use them in advertising, but you guys can't. Because when you guys do it, it's pervy, but when we do it, it's funny. I'll give you an example of that. When I was driving through the town one day, I had the window down and there was a hen party walking past. And next of all, this massive dildo comes in the window and starts slapping me around the face. And I just pissed myself laughing. I thought that was hilarious.
Imagine if we did that to a
Now,
woman.
imagine I had done that to a woman. What would have happened to me? I'd have been arrested.
What, for throwing a dildo in a woman's face?
Or a giant fanny or something.
Sexual assault.
Yeah. If I had done that, it would have been seen as some sort of sexual assault.
So the double standard is there.
Huge double standard.
I had an 86-year-old woman come up to me. I was standing on the edge of a stage. She come up to me and grabbed my belt and tried to rip my trousers down.
Was she hot?
She was 86.
I didn't
answer the
I
question.
didn't ask what
No,
age she
she
was.
wasn't,
Thank you,
but-
Ash.
If I was 86 and
did
there was
you
a
do it?
29-year-old chick standing on the edge of a stage and I went to try pull her trousers off, I would have been thrown in a van so fast my head would have spun.
What was your reaction to that then? What did you do?
Why though? What
I
if
slapped her.
If she
I
wants,
straight up slapped her.
There
let's
you
just
go.
say, for example, if she wanted it and you did it, why would you be thrown in the van?
You're confusing the situation over
I think I did.
Yeah,
Anyway.
what the hell?
Yeah, you're
Use
confusing
your head.
everybody.
Oh, you're saying if you did it to her, you'd be thrown in the van?
Yeah.
Ah, my bad.
I'll give you an example of something. Years
Even
ago,
if I did it as a 29-year-old to an 86-year-old woman, there'd still be eruptions.
of course it would.
Even if a 26-year-old did it to a 26-year-old.
Yeah, it's still, yeah.
Yeah.
So years ago, I was in the cinema. I was watching a movie called The Most Fertile Man in Ireland. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Can't say I have.
So it's quite funny, actually. It's about a guy who has magic sperm that can get anybody pregnant. So if women were having difficulties, they'd be knocking down his door. But he didn't want to be having sex with these women. You know, it just got out that he was the most fertile man in Ireland.
He started donating, yeah?
No. So basically what happened, there was this one local lunatic in the town and she couldn't get pregnant. So she drugged him and he woke up, and the scene is he's lying on the bed, handcuffed to the bed, and she's mounting him and she's giving him one. And the whole audience were in stitches. But I was the only one sitting there not laughing, because I'm thinking, if you reverse the roles and show a woman getting raped
problem,
by
yeah.
a man
No one's been laughing.
on the screen, there's not one person who's going to goddamn laugh at that. And if
No.
they did laugh at that, they're absolute scumbags. So why was it okay for a man to be laughed at because he was getting raped? Why is it that we can throw around, oh, prison rape is funny? Rape is not funny.
In any regard, no.
In any regard, it's not funny.
Obviously,
so why,
it is it is biologically easier for a man to rape a woman than
Well-
it is opposite way
Well,
around.
yeah,
technically,
But- and a
under
lot
the
of time-
law, a woman can't rape a man. Under the law.
There's no law of it.
They
for
can
it.
sexually assault a man but not rape him.
Yeah.
Because rape technically is the insertion.
All right, okay.
So a woman, even if she mounted him and, you know, actually gave him one, and he was inside her, it's very simple. She gets done with sexual assault and not rape.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was a law. But
That's wrong.
That's the actual thing.
And a lot, yeah, well, obviously, with women raping men as well, would obviously a lot of the time have to be premeditated. You'd have to have some sort of a way of doing it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big thing.
No, it probably happens, and I'm not going to doubt that. I'm not going to be like, men don't get raped. Men are pigs. Women.
But
are
they do.
blah,
I
it
know.
does happen.
I know stories. They do.
Yeah, it does happen. Like, but
It's very niche and small, but they do.
Well, one of the things, I was actually reading an article, it was maybe the New York Times, I don't know where it was, where they said that paedophilia with women is on the uptake, and it's almost at the point of 50-50.
wow.
Where women are now
that's a serious fact.
molesting as many children as men are molesting children. So as it turns out, women are just as big as scumbags as men. Obviously the ones who are perpetrating this crime.
Like what we said earlier, Aiden, human race is a piece of shit.
They are. People are assholes. People are absolute arseholes.
Yeah.
But with the gender equality, do you think that we have reached a point where we need to now say, stop, enough is enough, we've reached equality, or have we gone past that point?
I think it's just now become redundant. People are just shouting from the rooftops about stuff that necessarily doesn't matter.
Like
the whole sexual harassment. Like, I know the Me Too movement was a massive thing, and it's great.
That's great. You said it. There's a comment here from Gary saying, "Was the Me Too campaign a good thing or a bad thing?"
bad thing.
Why?
You think?
What do you
I
think, Ash?
personally think it was a bad thing, but you go ahead.
No, I'm asking you why. Why do you think it was a bad thing?
Because what happened with famous people, I think it's a bad thing, because what was the guy's name? Jimmy Savile. So
Yep.
Jimmy Savile was an absolute pig. He was a scumbag. We all get that, yeah? He was a pervert and a rapist. So he molested whatever number of children. That
Entire
number,
orphanages, I believe.
that number,
Oh my God.
that number is wrong. Because what happened was there was
Whether it's 1 or 1,000, I don't think it really matters. But
No.
it does, of course, it matters.
Well,
It makes a huge difference
suppose.
to 1,000 rather than one being.
no, as
molested.
the victims, obviously. But I'm saying if he's going to be sick no matter whether it's one.
Yeah,
Or
but there was a lot of women who had made accusations against him, and it was then proven afterwards that they were only doing it for the money. Now, with a lot of famous people from Hollywood, what's happening is one person will verifiably, give their story, and it's true, it's 100% true. But then you have
Copycats.
people coming out of the woodwork,
bandwagon.
They all come crawling out. Yeah.
and it's all for money, like Michael Jackson. It's all about the money.
Well,
And
Nah,
it's becoming
no.
it's becoming a litigious society. We're all about the money, and we will lie about people. We will say we were raped just to get a payday.
yeah. An example is like a fake car crash to get an insurance claim. Money.
Well, I think rape is worse.
Obviously, but you
it
said
was
money.
just
You said money
lesser-
driven.
Yeah, it is a money driven society. And there's, like I said, there's always going to be these women who cry rape and they jump on the bandwagon and there's something that hasn't happened. But there's always that one initial person who comes forward, and then all of a sudden she's blasted all over every form
Yeah.
of media in the world. And then there's no amount of money in the world that's ever going to give you back that part of your life that person took from you.
Yeah.
So one of the things with the Me Too movement was that there were so many women that just came out of the woodworks. Do you believe that what the Me Too movement was promoting was believe all women? So without any evidence, you know, just believe women straight away. So if you came into me this evening and said, Aiden, I was raped, I should just take that for face value without any evidence and condemn whoever the man is straight away. Do you believe that we should do that?
You should just listen to the victims and not and find out what the situation is. But I don't think I wouldn't ever make that up.
Of course.
And there's a lot of people who get blasted and who are told that they're liars and they're this and they're that. There's many girls all over the world that have committed suicide because they got raped in school by the football player or the whatever. And basically she's slut shamed, she did it, she wanted it, and then she killed herself because people didn't believe her. I do believe you should definitely, obviously, fact check everything, but there's a lot. I think majority of the women who are going to come forward and say that they were raped are not making it up.
Yeah. So, but
because why would they put themselves in that situation?
Well, if you actually look at the statistics, that's wrong.
Okay.
That the vast majority of women who come forward with rape, it turns out that they weren't raped.
And
I will get the statistics and I'll prove it later.
As in, it was proven in what way? That they just didn't have any evidence, or
yeah, see, and that was one of my big problems.
Yeah, it's the evidence thing. It's like not necessarily you can't necessarily always gather evidence.
Exactly, and let's say a man is accused of rape, he's never proven innocent. It's a case of a lack of evidence.
Yeah.
So if it is a case that he didn't do it, he goes to court and they say case dismissed, lack of evidence. That's not an innocent verdict.
No.
That just means they didn't have enough evidence, therefore leaving the doors wide open.
And it also gives nobody an answer either. The victim also doesn't get any justice, and then he just has a scarlet letter on his back for the rest of his life if he didn't do it.
And who do you believe can, this is a terrible question to ask, but who do you believe can get over the situation quicker? A rape victim who was genuinely raped, or a man who was accused of rape and didn't actually do it?
I think they're both lifelong lessons.
They're very different things.
They're very different things.
They're hugely different. But who do you think will suffer more?
That's completely personal, I think.
I mean,
I would probably say the man, because he might be abused, like called names or things thrown at his
house. Or he could lose his job, or he could, and that's always going to be the thing.
Follow him around the rest of his life.
Basically, yeah. But that might be an outward thing, as in you could see this man losing his job and you could see this man being like outcast from his family, whereas the woman, if it's a victim and she's been raped, she's going to carry that forever. You might not necessarily see it.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, they choose to carry that forever.
That's bullshit.
No, victimhood. Sorry. No, victimhood is a status that you can absolutely walk away from. You can absolutely walk away from.
Yeah, but
I'm
saying it will always have some sort of an impact on the rest of your life. Whether it's you don't. I'm not saying oh poor me, I'm a victim. This happened to me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying people who will always carry that as, and they might not necessarily trust men, or they might not necessarily do this, or they might suffer with depression or anxiety, or they could have PTSD. You don't know. These are all things that can happen that aren't necessarily like, oh, woe is me.
But what we're doing is we're training women these days to be professional victims. With the Me Too stuff, if you put your hand on my ass, it's sexual assault. We're training women to be victims because there's a payday for it. If you're a victim, people will pay attention to you. People will show you more love. Or you can indeed sue somebody and get a lot of cash out of it.
Yeah, but also these guys who are doing these things need to be outed. And that's
absolutely.
Absolutely.
And there's not one person in this room, I hope, that would disagree with that.
No.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a guy who has raped somebody, castrate the bastards and send them to prison.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good punishment for a raper.
Castrate them.
Castrate them.
A raper.
A rape. Yeah.
Step brothers, is it?
You're a raper.
But
I'm gonna fight you out in the lawn with a bicycle later.
Yeah, but that is.
Do you bring your bike?
Castrate them.
Grand.
Castrate them, yeah.
You see, that was about paedophiles as well. There was paedophiles who chemically castrate themselves, or actually physically castrate themselves, because they know that they're going to do something. They know it's wrong, but they know that the urge is still going to be there. So they literally chemically castrate themselves. So they don't do it. Yeah, I think that was another Louis Theroux documentary.
He's great, isn't he?
Love him.
I do like Louis.
Yeah.
Good old Louis.
Yeah, he makes great documentaries.
Yeah, it's just like these guys who like. There's also the other side of that coin is that people who think that paedophilia is a sexual orientation.
I think that.
He does think that.
I do think that.
How?
Okay, so.
Because one is non-consenting.
Well,
wait.
Here we go.
No, you said that it's not a sexual orientation, and then what was it you followed up with?
Oh, because the other person's non-consenting.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So that's an oxymoron.
Yeah. Well, do you believe that it should be that those people who are paedophiles should be considered as equal as the LGBTQ community.
Oh.
Like, that's what I'm saying. If it's sexual orientation that should be accepted, is what they're saying.
Oh, I kind of get what
Well,
you mean.
no, I see what I believe personally with pedophiles is that it is a sexual orientation. Who the hell wakes up tomorrow and goes, you know, I think I'd like to, you know, have sex with a child.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so clearly it's something you're born with. And I've given this example to many people before. Name a food you don't like the taste of.
Cauliflower.
Okay, you don't like
Cauliflower's
that taste.
lovely.
It's the only vegetable I don't eat.
Okay, fair.
So.
You don't like the taste of cauliflower?
No.
Did you choose not to like that taste? Or was it just a thing?
Just a thing.
Just a thing.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same with sexuality. If you're a gay man, it's just who you are.
Yeah, but I get what Ash means as well, as if sexual orientation thingy.
To be
but
accepted.
so it is a sexual orientation, but it's a crime no matter what. So it shouldn't be accepted.
No, it's not a crime.
Oh, well,
being a paedophile is not a crime. Being a child molester is a crime. Being a paedophile
As being
just
a
means...
non-acting paedophile.
What about
Exactly,
sharing
yeah.
child images?
Oh, clearly, go to prison. Yeah, go to prison. There's a victim at the end of that.
Yeah.
Clearly.
All right, yeah.
But if you're a paedophile sitting at home with, you know, whatever images in your head and you're not causing any harm to anybody, and, you know, if this is something you didn't choose and you personally choose not to do these things, horrible things to kids, well, then I believe we have no place in our society to do anything wrong on this man. Because he's done nothing wrong to us.
That's a very difficult one.
It's not.
I mean, it's
that's like put the paedophile in the room, like what you said, put the paedophile in the room and just hope he doesn't.
Well,
Do you know?
Well, if it's in his head, nobody will ever know anyway.
Look, here's the thing. If we know there's danger from a particular person, then we need to be cautious around them. But how can we become the thought police? We can't.
No, yeah, you're right.
You know, just because this man has these images in his head, he's not actually committing any crimes. Just because his orientation is something that he didn't choose, that's foisted upon him. I'm pretty sure that there's many paedophiles out there who are quite happy with what they are, but there's also paedophiles out there who are going, oh crap, I don't want to be this.
Like that guy I said who chemically castrated himself because he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Well, there was actually a friend of mine years ago, a long time ago. Everybody kept saying to me, he's gay. And I was like, he's not gay. He's fine. He's straight as a dime. I've showered beside this guy. I've slept in the same bed as this guy. And one day he came up and he said, I'm gay. I was like, what? Didn't see that coming. But he cried. And I mean, he absolutely cried his eyes out and said, I don't want to be gay.
Oh, wow.
That's
shit. He said, I don't want to do it. He said, every time I'm with a man, that I sleep with a man, I feel wrong. I feel disgusting. He said, I would love if I could take a pill and just magically not be gay. And this is the reason why I'm saying this is because if you could, I'm pretty sure that there's plenty of pedophiles out there who want to be accepted in this world, who don't want to be, you know, who the hell wants to rape a kid?
Yeah.
You know, it's a fucked up situation. It's a horrible thing for any child to have to go through. So I'm pretty sure if there was a magic pill, would you give them the magic pill that could make them no longer a paedophile?
I would.
Yeah, well, if they're made, yeah.
So rather than send them to prison, we go, here's a pill, you're no longer a paedophile.
Well, if they've already committed a crime, no.
No, clearly. Clearly. Then they go to prison.
But you're saying if it's just thoughts in their head.
Who are we to
Well,
police?
then, yeah, give them
who are we to police their thoughts?
Yeah, give them a pill and don't send them to prison, yeah.
You know, like I just said, 1 in 5 men are a paedophile.
None of us.
No,
There's only
As in
4.
a paedophile, as in someone who thinks about it.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Not a child molester.
Oh, actually, there's one more person upstairs, actually.
Yeah, there is. So, how did we get onto the paedophile stuff?
I have no idea.
You.
Something about gay people. And something that was chosen. I can't
sexual
remember.
preferences.
Feminism.
Feminism.
No, I know that's our topic.
Feminism.
What is your biggest issue with feminism?
My biggest issue is that the tables have turned. There's always been a constant struggle for power in this world. Whether it's black versus white, where it's brown versus white, or it's brown versus black, or it's man versus woman, there's always somebody fighting with the other person. And they're struggling for power. And it seems to be, even with the LGBT, that type of community, when they got their rights, they went, okay, we want more. They want special privileges.
Like what?
Like what? Yeah.
When we all agree that there's laws in this country that, let's say you were walking down the road and Nathan comes along and beats the shit out of you, there's laws there to help you prosecute Nathan.
Ash would kill me.
Yeah? So now,
I'm glad you know that.
what gay people are saying is that we want extra special laws that not only do they get done with
As in a
assault,
hate crime
like
thing.
a hate crime
it's a
thing.
hate crime. No, bullshit. It's even if it is a hate crime.
But that's the thing in America anyway, hate crimes, and that whether they're Muslim or gay or black or whatever, there's a hate crime. That's just something that they attach on to the conviction just to make it bigger, basically.
And I think that's completely unfair.
Yeah.
Why the hell should that gay man get more rights than me if I got beaten up.
But here comes the question as well. Then, is that guy getting bet up because he's gay, or is that guy getting bet up just because
he's
he's
an
him?
asshole?
Yeah. Do you know
Okay,
what I mean?
even
as in, like
even-
hate crimes, there's trans people all over the world who literally get bet up just because they're trans.
Okay, even if it is the case that they're getting beaten up specifically because they're trans or because they're gay, that still doesn't take away from the fact that there's laws there to protect them from these scumbags, and the convictions will be had. Not extra convictions.
As a human.
Yeah, I get you.
There shouldn't be extra conviction leveled upon you just because you bet up a gay guy versus beating up a normal guy.
Because there's no extra conviction if me as a white person, I beat up a black person. I don't get extra time.
I mean, you could beat up someone on the basis nothing to do with their race or their gender or sexual identity. Maybe they're just coming in being an asshole. Maybe you found them robbing you or something like that. Or maybe they're just trying to cause trouble for no reason. Maybe you need to defend yourself.
I think the point that I'm trying to make on all of this
If it's proven.
No, the point I'm trying to make is that there's extra privileges being sought from minority groups who are no longer minority groups.
They're massive.
So with the feminist stuff, feminists are not a minority group. It's 50-50. There's, half the world is women, half the world is men. So they're not a minority, first of all. There's no systemic discrimination against women whatsoever. Zero. There's not one law that's written that will discriminate against you over a man, yet there's a couple of laws that discriminates me as a man over you being a woman.
Like what?
Incest.
Yeah, this is a mad law. We'll hear this.
So if me and you, brother and sister,
Yeah.
and we have sex, I can go to prison for, I think it's 9 years, and the woman gets 3 years.
Why is that?
Exactly. Why is that?
Even if it's consensual both sides.
Even if it's consensual.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So again, there's something that is in place.
But it's a pretty niche, off the wall.
Oh, of course it is. But still, it just is. I was asked for an example. As an example, then we have paternity fraud. That's a big thing in this country.
As in
pretending that the father is you when you're not actually the father.
Oh yeah.
But that's not actually systemic. That's just women who are being assholes.
On the shit heap.
On the shit.
On the shit
You
heap
did.
with the rest
You
of
put them there earlier, didn't you?
I did.
Could we say I think the shit heap was quite good today?
Wasn't bad.
Wasn't the worst.
Yeah, we'll cover that in the next section.
Okay, grand.
Yeah, we only have.
We'll get to
5
the fun
minutes.
stuff in 5 minutes.
We only have 5 minutes
But
left.
do you not think that there is certain things that women have to be aware of, and they live this different sort of life? So say me and you, 2 o'clock in the morning, go walking down a dark alley.
Yeah.
Right. No bother.
Okay.
No one's gonna mess with us, even if we're on our own.
Okay.
They can see our silhouettes and be like, "Oh shit, better
Okay.
not go down that alley."
Right. I accept
Chick
that.
couldn't do that.
No, I accept that.
Yeah.
I accept that there are dangers out there to women, but there's also dangers out there to very small men.
There's
If
dangers
you're a
to all
very
of us.
small, if you're a very small
Dangers
guy,
in general in the world.
There's dangers in general, but like I think it's more daunting for women
Did you
because
see that tweet?
there is quite a lot of it goes on.
The tweet that was put out, and they were like, "What would you do if there was one day in the world that there was no men?" And every single response was, "I'd walk
I'd wear
around and I
what I
wouldn't be
like."
afraid, or I could walk around with no makeup on, or I could wear whatever I want and not feel like."
Oh, that's bullshit. Them fucking answers are bullshit. Do you know why? Because that's fear mongering. Because what's happening, it's the white man van syndrome.
Yeah, the van that you never saw.
Exactly. And what's happening is we're telling women you have to be
How long?
afraid.
But it
I,
also
I saw the van in my youth, and because it was worn as the white van.
You what?
Well, I'm talking metaphorically.
Did you get
but-
abducted via white van?
No, but there was a creepy priest. There was a very creepy priest,
Okay.
and I was kind of wise to it because of the white van syndrome, as you're calling it. And I was able to avoid that situation. I got the hell out of there.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ, man, what we're doing is we're fear mongering people. We're saying to women, you must fear every man because he is a potential rapist.
No,
Which
that's
is wrong.
But every man is a
That's
potential
wrong.
rapist.
But not here's.
But there are rapists.
Hold on. What did you say?
Every man is a potential rapist.
So
Everybody
is a woman.
No, we're not.
There's potential for anything. in
Yeah,
everyone.
no. Ash,
Okay, so
Ash is right.
then so is a woman.
You could
Yeah.
potentially be an ass. It's like it's just as in, if you don't know somebody.
There's no potential. It's a fact.
Do you,
Glad you said that.
Do you
Yeah,
agree
right.
then so is a woman a potential rapist?
Yeah, but like I said before, it's like a girl can't just drag a guy down an alleyway
Yeah, but
and
you
just
don't.
have her way with him.
Yeah, but there's no need to add a caveat to that. Are women all potential rapists? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
so-
just not as it doesn't happen as
Well,
frequent.
I respect your
And-
intellectual consistency on that one.
What's your opinion on girls and what they wear, and if they wear something provocative, if they asking for it, blah blah blah? If you saw
Absolutely not.
there was
Yes.
a gallery of there was a gallery of clothes of rape victims, and they were like, this is what they were wearing when they got raped.
Mm-hmm.
A majority, there was not one bikini or lingerie or a skimpy top in any of them.
No.
But if a girl wants to wear whatever the hell she wants,
That's not
does
the
that
world
mean
we-
that she wants to?
That's not the world we live in. Right, I'm going to ask you a question. There's a swimming pool out the back here, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big shark in the swimming pool. And I say to you, there's a shark in that swimming pool, and you're like, no, I'm a feminist. I should be able to go into that pool without that shark attacking me. That's bullshit. Because
That's
the
naive.
Shark, exactly, it's naive.
Yeah.
So it is naive for a woman to expect
Buffy's such a good
to
show,
go. It's naive for a woman to expect to go down. There's a particular street in Pakistan. And this is a true story because Riz told me this.
Shout
that
out, Riz.
If a woman tries to walk from one end of the street to the other, she'll be raped 20 times by the time she gets to the end of the street. Now, if a woman in that situation who has the prior knowledge that that's what's going to happen to her walks into that situation and puts herself in that situation, then it is her fault as much as it is the man. 110%.
Yeah, but that I'm saying someone who's wearing something that like walking in the
Yeah,
street
it's
that you
not
know where
an
there's
invite.
rapists is not the exact same thing as a,
No,
of a
you're
girl wearing a short
absolutely
skirt
right.
on a night out.
You're
It's like,
absolutely right.
why should a girl wearing some like basically if I'm wearing a short skirt and a guy's looking at me,
Yeah.
does that invite him to just
No.
do whatever the hell he wants?
No,
Like,
it doesn't.
not.
No.
No, it doesn't. But here's the thing. There are still rapists out there who couldn't give a shit about respecting the person's safe space.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's
Yeah,
obviously
it's down to the
whole
scumbag.
Yeah, the whole safe space it just goes clear out the window obviously with someone who's going to rape.
Have you ever heard that song?
What?
No, don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Oh dear
Yeah,
God, that sounds awful.
and you're supposed to sing Canada, and you're supposed to say this to men who are going to rape you. You sing the song to them, and they won't rape you. It's a advertisement by the Canadian government.
Maybe it's a hypnosis
That's kind
thing.
of like the don't rape sign, isn't it?
Yeah, can we get back to that? What
Sorry.
we're talking about. Yeah,
I'm just
you're an
saying-
asshole. Stop doing that.
It's just I don't. It's basically the whole. I'm going to use this phrase and it's probably going to get me shit, but the whole slut shaming thing. It's like, why does what a girl wearing a night out provoke a man to be able to say, "I wanted"? She asked for it. She was dancing on a pole in bed nightclub, and she was asking for it because she was wearing a short skirt. Like, just do you know what I mean?
Because men are no, it does. Of course it does.
How?
Because if you are a rapist or you have the proclivity to rape, and you're sitting there and there's this sexy looking chick on the dance pole swirling around and you can see her underwear, you can see her breasts, you can see all this stuff, there's the enticement there. Does it give him the right to do it? Absolutely not. But the fact of the matter is the danger still exists. And women need to be aware of that danger, equally the way men need to be aware of danger when they walk through bad areas so they don't get shit beaten out of them.
So you're saying that women should just never wear anything provocative?
No,
because of
absolutely
the
not.
man-
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is women shouldn't get as drunk as they do and put themselves... No, wait. They
Now
shouldn't get
this is true of all people. Though.
Let me finish. Let me
Go on.
finish. Women shouldn't get as drunk as they do around these assholes who could take advantage of them.
But
and now they
You're
can't
kind
get
of backtracking
themselves.
on what you said though, because you're saying it's fear mongering,
It is.
and you're saying that you're telling women that every man in the country is
I'm not
going to be
saying
a
that.
rapist.
No, I'm not
but
saying that.
as in that's what the media is telling women, like
Yeah.
all men are pigs, all men have the
Yep.
potential to do X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
But you shouldn't wear this because there could be the potential for.
No,
that.
I'm not saying you shouldn't wear it. I never said you
You
shouldn't
should be
wear it.
aware of what you're wearing because there
Absolutely.
could be a potential for danger.
Yes. Of course. I am not going to walk into a lion cage with lumps of ham hanging out of me because he's going to eat me.
Yeah, but this is also the thing I was saying about that exhibition that was on about the clothes that people were wearing when they were raping. It doesn't make a difference.
Oh, no, I believe personally
and
it makes
it's
no difference.
victim shaming when it comes around to the court case and whatever else. Well, she was wearing this and she was a bit drunk and maybe she doesn't remember and blah blah blah.
But where's the woman's personal responsibility? They're responsible for themselves. And if they get themselves into a situation where they end up getting raped because they were A, too drunk, or B, dressed provocatively, where is their personal responsibility in that situation?
For expecting a man not to rape her.
Yeah.
That's
Unfortunately, but we're talking...
it should be a given.
No, but
It's not
sorry,
an unusual
we're
request.
talking real world. That's what we're
This is
doing. We're
true,
not
yeah.
talking about a perfect world. I'm saying, where is her responsibility in that?
But
Because we live in this shit world where that happens.
But like she can't go outside her front door then.
that's like nobody would leave their house ever. Anyone about anything.
Yeah.
No, I think just women need to be a lot more conscious about how they are behaving. I do. I genuinely think women need to be more conscious about how they're behaving. There was a woman in Dublin. She was raped by some dude. And this was in the newspapers only a couple of months ago.
Yeah, go on.
And the judge basically said to the girl, you shouldn't have got as drunk as you did. Where was your personal responsibility in this? The woman actually stood up and she said, Your Honour, You were absolutely right. I took too much drink. I put myself into a situation with a strange guy. I went home with him. I followed him. I. So she actually, because she was so damn inebriated, put herself in danger without realising that this was a possibility that this man could do this to her. What I'm saying isn't to promote rapists. It's actually quite the opposite. What I'm saying is to be careful. You know, don't get so damn drunk that you don't know who you're going home with.
But I think it comes into a situation where we've all been in where nobody ever plans to go out and get that mangled where they don't know where they are.
Yeah.
That just happens sometimes. It's like, I'm only going to have 4 pints. It's bullshit. Like, everyone, like, nobody wants to fall home or go home and accidentally turn the oven on and potentially burn your house down. You know, like, that's a potential danger when you're drunk.
That's the thing. Once you take that, once you start drinking alcohol, you know there is a potential risk of you going home and leaving the oven on. You know there's a risk that if you get that inebriated, that your personal responsibility goes out the window and that things can go wrong.
But when you're drunk, you do not think of that sort of stuff.
You don't think of that type of stuff. So maybe before women start to drink too much is to, say to a buddy, well, you stay with me tonight. Or you keep an eye on me, I keep an eye on you.
Yeah, well,
and that's a bit more personal responsibility because I don't want to see any woman getting raped.
But that should be a given with your friends anyway.
It should be a given.
You keep an eye out for your buddies.
Yeah.
Well, on that lovely note, we actually have to go to an ad break.
We're over time.
We're running a little late, so we're going to go straight into the ad break.
So, Billy, does your social media look like a teenager's bedroom?
What? Full of Justin Bieber posters?
No, you incompetent fool. Messy and unorganized.
Yeah, it kind of does. But what can I do about it?
Oh, poor simple Billy. Why not put all your social media in one convenient place?
But gee whiz, mister, how can I do that?
With Social QR, of course. It's easy, fast, and free.
But what's Social QR?
Well, Billy, I'm glad you asked. Social QR is a one-stop shop for personal and business social media users to have all your social media in one place. Easy to set up, easy to share, and fully customizable, with your own custom QR code suitable for digital and print media.
Jiminy crickets, so now it'll be as tidy as my web browser?
So don't forget, Billy, that's socialqr.xyz. And Billy, take down the Justin Bieber posters.
Aww.
Every day, Richie has to drive 2 miles to bum tobacco from his friends. With your generous donation of only $19.20 a week, Richie won't have to sponge from his friends. Text Richie to 521034 to 759126089 so we can finally tell Richie to piss off.
From its rich traditions beginning when the first AM radio transmission was broadcast in the year 1900 to present day, where radio is still the most listened to form of media and the #1 source for people of all ages to enjoy their favorite music and discover new artists. Sure, the technology has changed, but the concept has stood the test of time throughout history. From the end of World War II,
General Eisenhower informs me that the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations. The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
to the falling of the Berlin Wall.
Our top story. The Iron Curtain between East Germany and West Berlin has come tumbling down.
To the U.S. entering the War on Terror.
None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.
Generations across the world are united by music as it transcends all language barriers. It brings everyone on planet Earth closer together. We at iStreamRadio.ie understand what radio has done for the world and would like to thank radio for its 100-plus years of service. Radio has been here through thick and thin. Thank you, radio.
Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine. And at last, we create what you will. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Let us create it. When the virtual world of the internet, ideas, dreams, and concepts have become a reality, now is the time to bring your idea to the digital world. MilestoneMedia.ie offer a full range of digital services such as web development, hosting, audio, and visual services. Inspiration has a new platform. milestonemedia.ie. Experience the difference.
Hello, Supernatural Dogshit fans. I want to play a game. On October 31st, the Supernatural Dogshit team will be live for our Halloween special. In studio, Psychic Deborah Orr and the team will be on an undisclosed haunted location. Will they survive? Tune in on October 31st at 9 p.m. Oh yes, there will be blood.
This is Henry. He's 40 minutes late. Again. His crew are waiting for him in the yard. He insists on using a wanked iPhone 4 to keep his alarms every morning. Ed says if he's late again, he'll eat his nonsense-spewing face, cause he's sick of his dogshit excuses. With your one-off donation of €3, we can get him an alarm clock and batteries from the pound shop. Please help this lazy gobshite get his ass to work before his employment runs out.
The Supernatural Dogshit podcast is controversial and confrontational and may cause offense to some. Listener discretion is advised.
And welcome back.
I just got bossed around by Aiden.
You did, but like 10 seconds.
You
It wasn't even 10 seconds.
You don't even pay me for this.
It was like 3 seconds
You're not
to
worth
go.
paying.
No, he's not.
No.
Yeah, good point.
3 seconds to go, and he's sitting over there with no headphones on, the microphone down, and fluting around doing something
Look, I even
else.
forgot to light me fag because of you.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Goddamn bastard. We decided we're gonna do like 10 more minutes on this, and then we're gonna move on to the funnies. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, because Ed wanted to bring something up. Yeah, Ed.
Serious.
Well, I mean, I always have that argument about the empty vessels making the most noise.
Okay.
And that's to say these people that go on social media and they come out with the most outlandish claims, and because their claims are so outlandish, they kind of go viral with it. So you've got this part of feminism that thinks all sex is rape.
Yes.
And they've just wild outlandish claims like that.
So we're told as men these days that we're not even allowed to find women attractive.
Well, that's just silly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
How the hell are we
it
supposed to
is
keep this
kind of
this
daft
species
because we're biologically hardwired to do that.
to
Men
find
and
each other
women.
attractive? I mean, I'm assuming that you found your boyfriend attractive.
God damn.
He is very handsome.
He is.
I'll see
Fine
you
hunk of
outside
meat.
the studio.
So,
Cash me outside.
Yeah. How about that?
but if I was to stand on the side of a road and say, "Oh, geez, look at your woman over there, fine ass, fine titties, whatever it is," I don't do that stuff. So whatever it is that they do,
Sure.
I don't do that stuff. I probably do.
I have another story
Secretly.
from work, right? We have a guy we call Woke Mick.
Oh, God.
Woke Mick is one of the van drivers. And he will go up to anyone and just tell them a really chauvinistic, horrible, sexist joke. And everyone's just kind of standing there looking at him because it ain't funny.
It's kind of how when you do your shit heap.
Yeah.
You know, we're all just sitting here looking at you.
Waiting for the punchline.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that when Ed tells a story, it's like it's missing the ending? Because he'll be telling you something and then the story stops and you're going, is that it?
Oh, wait, you're done.
because you're not listening.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it's not my fault I tune out. It's you.
You brain damaged bastard, you.
And technically am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you're doing is you're taking the piss out of a disabled person.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Back to the serious shit.
Open arms.
I'm fully convinced that the reason you are disabled, it lies at your own fault.
Speaking about open arms, yesterday, well, you were here, weren't you?
I love how you have to ask that question.
Yeah. We had, I typed into Google, super mega gay porn. That's what I typed in.
Can we save this for the last 10 minutes? Or last half hour? 45 minutes?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just going to write down super mega gay porn.
I have a question for you, Aiden. Do you think feminism's gone too far?
Yes, of course. That's a stupid question. It's gone ridiculously far. Here's one of the things that... this is an example of where it's gone too far.
Yeah.
So, did you know that there was legislation brought into this country that whereas, let's say you and I again, we go out this
You have a bit of
evening.
an obsession with this
I
tonight.
do.
I know, right?
I do.
Anto, watching.
But you're the only female in the room that I can, so I have to use somebody
Of
as
course,
an example.
of course.
So let's say you and I go out tonight. Let's say I drink 1 point. You drink, I drink 20 points. You drink 1 point.
Right.
We go home, and I say to you, you want to have sex? And you say, yeah, sure. So we go home. We have consensual sex. You can wake up the following morning because you have had alcohol in you, even though it's considerably less alcohol than I've had, and you can claim that you were raped.
What?
That's a true thing.
Yeah, well, you could claim, yeah.
Yeah. You can claim, even after you said yes, even if you were the one who asked me to have sex with you, you can still claim you were raped because you had alcohol on board. I could have 20
Way
points,
more.
and I can't claim that I was raped.
And how can it be proven then, yeah?
Yeah.
This is why I say feminism's gone too far. That legislation was brought in specifically because people were raging for this. There was one of the TDs, was a female TD, who wanted this specifically brought in. Over in Germany, they brought in legislation that you can now no longer wolf whistle at a woman.
I was only about to bring that up, the whole cat calling and wolf whistling thing. A lot of people I follow on Instagram or whatever, and they'd always be giving a crap that some guy in a building site's after whistling at them when they're walking past. It's just like, it's not something that's ever going to ruin your day.
No.
Do you know?
It's kind of a compliment.
Well,
Anthony.
I actually.
But they're probably they're probably assholes, and they're probably just doing it because
They're
they're
just
on
Neanderthal
they're on
fucking
the
idiots.
roof with a bunch of other lads and think
Yeah,
they're funny. Like,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's not something that I'd ever be like, oh my god.
I saw
ruined my whole
these
day.
2 articles pertaining to this subject from the same journalist, right? And what she'd done was she'd initially written an article giving out about catcalling and wolf whistling and all that. And then 6 months later, she produced another article giving out that she didn't feel pretty because she wasn't being catcalled or wolf whistled.
Good.
Can't have it both ways.
You constantly
have
need the
it both ways,
reassurance,
and this
though.
is these are the ridiculous elements of
Yes.
feminism. Now, catcalling and wolf whistling is dirt. It's dirt.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
is.
not. It's a bit of crack.
It's not a bit of crack.
Have you
It's
ever
just-
have
no,
you ever
no,
seen
I-
a guy? Sorry, Ash. Have you ever seen a guy and either catcalled or went, "Oh, look at you" or whatever?
No,
Never.
no.
Even when you were younger.
Well, not that I remember.
No. Well, I don't think I've ever said it to a woman. I've said it internally. I
Yeah,
use
yeah.
my-
Or you'd say it to your friend beside you, be like, oh, look
yeah.
at him. Woo.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever
Said it to them.
I find it quite
Like
embarrassing
girls
to
do that
stuff
too,
like
don't
that.
they?
What?
Yes.
They're like- yeah,
Yes,
they
I've
go,
witnessed
oh,
it.
check
Fine
out
thing.
the arse and that lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, obviously, yeah. But
But women do catcall.
But you know, over also in Germany, they want to try and make it illegal to ask a woman for her phone number.
what?
Yeah. How the fuck are we supposed to continue on this species?
That's awful.
We have to wait till women initiate everything. So therefore, we're treating women like, you know, they're the little fragile ones. Women are not
Up on a
fragile.
pedestal, kind of.
And the fact that men are literally next near terrified to even remotely flirt with people anymore, or what's appropriate, what's not appropriate,
Well, I have
and they're so afraid of being accused of something just.
Oh yeah.
I have a theory. And now, you're probably all going to look at me as if I'm really weird.
We already did.
Yeah, you
That's
are.
we don't already.
She's great.
So, actually, during the ad breaks, she was giving me loads of shit.
Because you're shit.
Yeah.
You're a shithead.
So, where was I going with this? You bastard, now I'm about to forget.
And a theory. And when you say
Oh yeah,
it,
with gay people.
See,
So
that's what I'm here for.
here's the theory, that because we're teaching sexual consent classes in school to such young kids, what they're basically saying is you're a potential rapist in waiting. You must make sure that you get consent. Blah 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 blah. But yet the gay community is being promoted as quite promiscuous. They have the gay parades. We all see what they do.
we know what. Excuse me. We all know what happens on Grindr.
Yes, we were told that earlier today.
Yes.
But I think that we have a very bisexual generation coming up because young boys are told you can be done with sexual harassment if you ask her for her phone number. If you make a move on her, you can be done with rape, so on and so forth. So they're terrified to ask a girl, hence the reason why they're dipping their toe in the pool of bisexuality.
But I think it was a normal thing in older cultures.
Which?
Well, the ancient Greeks were
Bisexual.
fairly bisexual.
Look
yeah?
at you making a fucking burden.
Native Americans.
He's
as
also
well.
bisexual.
No, I'm not.
Slightly. You got little tendencies about you.
No, I don't.
We just like ripping on you.
No, I don't.
No, this came up before. That's the reason I'm
Yeah,
saying
but
that.
what do you think of that theory? That young boys these days who are actually a lot more feminine than we ever were when we were kids.
Well, that also comes up to the thing of nurture and nature, as in it's something that's going to be conditioned into them, or someone who's just born that way.
Single mother households. One of the biggest problems with single mother households is that you statistically have a worse chance of being a criminal or doing having a shitty job.
You're
or being
growing up with half
unstable.
the supervision.
Yes. Now, obviously, the most stable kids come from stable families,
Yeah.
two-parent families. I don't know what the stats are on whether it's gay families or a man or a woman. I don't know, but the stats aren't out yet on that one.
that'd be a new.
Yeah, we had this discussion before as
Well,
well.
on what?
On gay couples. So if you have two parents, so it's two dads,
How well rounded are the kids?
how
after?
well rounded, yeah. The stats
right.
aren't, yeah, we don't have the information.
Yeah,
on
or like
that
if
yet.
there's two dads, is there...
Actually, what harm is it, like, if...
Well, we
you
don't know what
okay,
harm it is. It's
Yeah,
supposed to-
well, yeah.
What?
But I suppose it's not so bad to have a child not institutionalized and instead put in a loving family unit.
Well, no, I would much prefer that. If I mean, I know a couple who have adopted a baby and they're a gay couple. They are phenomenal with that child. They are absolutely amazing with the kid. Thumbs up to them. But I still don't know whether the stats say would it be better off for that child if it's man and woman versus man or woman and woman. We don't know. It's not in yet.
Yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
is there a higher chance of that child turning out gay? We don't know.
Well, see, that's the question I was trying to say. Is it someone born gay, or is it something that's bred into? That's what I'm saying. Is it your nature, or is it you being brought up a certain way?
So we
changes
were
it.
speaking here to a guy today, and he was 48 years of age, and he was
53.
Oh, is that how old he was?
Yeah.
Oh, he's 53, and he's. Can I say how many kids? Does it give it away? No. He's 6 kids, and I thought you meant doesn't say
No,
it.
that was
Sorry,
no.
my bad. And he was married his whole life, and he only came out like 2 years ago.
That's sad.
Yeah. And
I know
he said
another guy did the
he
same.
said he knew he was gay from a very young age, and he
But he was
suppressed
so
it.
terrified to come out because it wasn't
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah, but
No, it
accepted.
wasn't socially accepted.
That's the generation. You know,
And the amount of people when it came to the whole gender equality or the gay marriage referendum and stuff, I actually canvassed for that. So I went from door to door talking to people or whatever. The amount of people who were just like, well, why should they be allowed to get married? Or, well, like, what about the kids? I was like, well, sure, like, I could go out tomorrow and try and adopt a kid.
yeah.
Say mine is Anto out of it. If I was a single person, I could apply to adopt a child. So being married as a gay couple makes absolutely no difference to that.
But here's a question. Maybe one of you know the answer on. Do you stand a higher chance of being able to adopt a kid than I do? If
'Cause I'm a
we
woman.
were single people, yeah, I don't know.
Probably.
I'd say so, yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd say it depends on your situation.
Like, statistically, it's the same danger.
But it's one of those things, isn't it, where you're going. If I was, say, a social worker who was in charge of, adopting kids,
You would look at the woman with a...
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know why. But if a guy came in, I'd be a bit more suspicious.
Yeah, see, that's bred into you too.
Which is wrong also.
Is the other side of the white van syndrome.
But like the adoption process takes a very, very long time.
And there's very few Irish kids adopted in Ireland.
But I think it's not the white man van syndrome. I think it's more a case of understanding the genders better. That a man, isn't...
But didn't you say earlier on that it's about 50-50, the percentage of female to male?
I'm not thinking about sex at all.
pedos?
See, that's your head jumping to the wrong place.
Oh, I thought that's where
No, that's not where I'm going at all.
All right, go on.
No, this is what I'm saying. I think where I'm coming from with this is the woman is more the nurture,
Yeah.
where the man is more the breadwinner. I think that's where I'm coming from. I don't know.
It'll be
any
looked at that she'll look after the kid better than the male would.
Exactly. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
it's like your earlier point of men are good with things and women are better with people.
Yeah.
There was a book I read in my formative years written by Tim Allen. Do you remember? And it was called Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man. But he had an interesting theory in it that women have that ability maybe because they are able to grow humans inside them. And men don't have that. We'll never have that. So that's why we go out and we build bridges and skyscrapers and
Yeah, we'll never have
muscle
that
cars
feeling
and
of
stuff
carrying.
like that.
Well, then here's a question for you. Controversial question as well. Do you think that men should have any say when it comes to women having abortions?
Yes.
Yes.
In what regard? As in if it's your child?
Well, see, now, unfortunately, I'm stuck in... Not that I'm stuck in the middle. I can't make my mind up in it because I have zero authority over your body. Zero authority. And I cannot force you to have a child that you do not want.
Yeah.
And this is my stumbling block. Even though, if let's say, again, we're a couple and you get pregnant and you're having a baby...
There should be a conversation, yeah.
Yeah, but let's say you say to me, Aiden, I don't want to have this baby. There is nothing I can do under the law to stop you from having an abortion.
Yeah.
But on the opposite end of things, let's say you wanted a child and I didn't want a child.
You also have no say in that
I have
either.
zero say in it either.
And then you have to pay for it.
So I think it's quite unfair. This is why I think if a woman who is granted the rights to kill a baby, then I think I should be afforded the rights to walk away from that child.
And not have to pay for it?
And not have to pay for it. I mean, it's give and take.
What do you think of that, Ash?
I see where he's coming from. It
Yeah.
just made me
If I don't want to be a father, let's say you got pregnant and you're having the baby and I don't want to be a dad, why aren't I entitled? My body, my wallet, my choice. So if I don't want to be a daddy, why can't I walk away? You get to kill the kid if you choose, so can I get to walk away?
The kill the kid thing is very extreme. But
that's what it is.
Yeah, but kill a kid. There's a lot of different circumstances that people get abortions in. But I do believe if there's a couple, it should be a conversation. The girl shouldn't necessarily just go off and do whatever she wants. It should be a conversation. But, and this might offend a few people as well, lads can just walk away.
Oh yeah, they can.
Women are the ones that are left.
I can, but
having the baby.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, but
are they like? It does happen.
Yeah, but then the man can be brought to court.
Yes, we're legally liable.
Oh yeah, but I know people who have kids and they've like been brought to court and just nothing's ever happened. Like.
Really? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of euro behind in maintenance.
I know more
keeps
lads that wouldn't be paying maintenance than are.
Yeah. So can you get arrested for that then?
You can.
Well then.
But that's not. You're not getting arrested for.
At what point do you get arrested?
Not paying. Well, that's the question. You're getting arrested for disobeying the orders of the judge.
Yeah, contempt of the court.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what happens there.
Which is probably nothing really, is it? You're in contempt of court.
A couple of guys have gone to prison.
Yeah, we know someone who was in contempt of court. He went for 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. How much does it actually warrant? Does it really matter? 7 days?
No.
But back to the so if you can choose to keep the child, why can't I choose to walk away and not be liable in the courts to pay for that child for the rest of its life?
You can, I guess.
But I can't under the law.
Not under the law.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, yeah, but there also is, like I said, there is the option. You can, like, it is easier for a man.
Actually, there is a way to do it legally.
Like what?
To walk away.
Get the child adopted by another father.
You man, well, yeah.
No, you just leave the country.
That too.
Yeah, but again, that's not legal.
Extreme as well.
You're still liable for that child.
No, you there. Someone explained it to me before, and the way it worked was you go to the court and you say, well, now in his instance, he was paying the maintenance, but he was paying it into an account. And then he had a very successful company, and he made his child the majority shareholder of it.
Okay.
But he basically set it up into an account in her name, went up to the court and said, here it is, I work internationally, you can't touch me, good luck. And he went off and he just went about his business, did his job. And
yeah, but see, I have to take what you were saying at face value. I don't know whether any of this story is true or not.
Oh, no, it is.
I don't know whether the law allows that, because you were still technically legal.
No, he was able to prove that it was all based on acts and not laws.
Yeah, but you're still liable to pay for a child no matter what country you're in.
No, he's still paying for the child.
Okay,
and he's proving that he's still paying, but it's not going to the mother.
Oh, that's fine, but that's not the point.
He genuinely has concerns about the mother being.
Yeah, but he hasn't left that child behind. He's still looking after the
alcoholic.
kid, like.
Yeah, but the question that I'm asking is, should there be a system in place where a man can opt out and say, I don't want to be a daddy, this is my right?
And you said yes, didn't you?
I said, like, I can understand the point of where he's coming from. I said, and obviously in this country up until this point, it was never an option for a woman or a man to make that decision. I think we had this conversation last night as well. If there was a male contraception, would you take it?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But half the male population don't wear condoms.
Very true.
Yeah, but there's a reason. There's reasons behind
I don't
that.
like them.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but
what
it does make a difference.
It makes a huge
of course, it makes a difference.
100%.
But like I said, condoms are cheaper than a baby.
Very true.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Very true.
But here's a question. Here's a question for you. Why should a man have to put the toilet seat down instead of a woman having to lift it up?
Because I probably won't look at it and probably end up falling into the toilet bowl.
But it's my responsibility to put it down after each use. So why is it not yours to lift it up for my benefit?
I don't want to touch it.
See, it's all double standards. That's exactly what it is. It's
That's
double
a very,
standards.
very petty double standard.
But it is a
double standard.
Yeah.
It just goes
but
to show.
like what I was saying, when it comes to being sexually, what's the word?
Harassed?
No.
Assaulted?
Perceived?
Sexualized?
No. When you're looking after your own sexual health and you're looking after your own body, it's just all put on the woman. because there obviously is not very many other options.
Yeah.
But there is lads who will just go out and ride all around them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
not
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
even ask her if
But
she's
you,
on anything.
you said yourself that men and women both are equally arseholes.
Well, no, human race. Assholes.
So yeah, they're
But
all assholes.
I'm saying there's lads who will go out and just sleep with a girl and not ask if she's on the pill, not ask if she's taking anything, and
But
see
if
you
she
later.
knows she's not on it, why would
Why
she?
she haven't said?
Why,
That's
why
her-
would she
yeah, I'm
not say
saying,
anything either?
everyone should be responsible for themselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
in that
absolutely,
regard.
yeah.
But I'm saying, like, majority of men will not. They'll just be like, oh, I'm just not wearing condom.
But
Fuck
do
that.
you think, back to the original question, that
But that means majority of women will too.
do you think that if you have the right to say, I don't want to be a mammy, so I'm getting rid of the baby, then can I not say, I don't want to be a daddy
but
and
like
walk
that's-
away?
Yeah, I agree with that. And that, but like I said, that's brand new territory.
It's,
But
ni-
a
it's
lot-
nice to hear that from a woman.
That's
I was
brand new
expecting her
territory.
to fight me on that one.
No, but like, to be perfectly honest, like I think we touched on this last night. When it comes to dads not wanting to be in their kids' lives, is it more damaging for the mother to try and make them a part of the lives, or is it?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
It's more damaging to
You said
try.
what, like to try and push for the parent, like
to try
to
and
the,
push for it with a
when
disinterested
he does-
father.
yeah, when he doesn't
is,
want to be around.
To
Yeah.
go back to my earlier point from the shitty, would be to again further reinforce that there's toxic relationships you should maintain for whatever reason,
and that's what you're showing to your kids.
and that's what you're showing to your kids.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like again, it's between a rock and a hard place. You're trying to do the right thing, and you want your kids to grow up well-rounded. You want your kids to be around their parents. But is it a bad thing to try and push that relationship
Yes,
on?
100%.
For sure.
But you're coming with good intentions.
I know your intentions
Your
are good, but
intentions are good, but it's
sometimes,
harmful.
sometimes, you know, what as they say,
The path
like-
to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
Or good intentions don't always lead to good things.
no, they don't. And so, yeah, but you are. I agree with Ed here that if I don't want to be a daddy, and let's say the courts force me to participate in this child's life, that's going to have a negative consequence on the child. And the most important part of all of this conversation is the kid.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Fuck the mother, fuck the father.
Yep.
You know, they made their bed, they may lie in it, the child didn't ask for any of this. Yeah. This is why I say, you know, children will always have to come first. That's why I'm anti-abortion, because I believe in children first.
We're going to go on the fun stuff, but I want to ask Ashley this as well. Aiden believes that if a woman is raped, that they shouldn't be allowed to have an abortion.
Yeah.
This is funny. I obviously went to a Catholic school, went to Loretto. We were taught in one of our classes, I think it was like just one of those like SPHE, CSP, BS classes, whatever.
What is that?
It's sort of
CSP.
fake
Social,
subjects.
political, and health,
Oh,
health
yeah, yeah,
education.
Like it's just a DOS class. Basically.
Shout out Mr. Hickey.
And we were basically told that it came up about rape and abortion and stuff in school, and this is long, like what, 2007 or 8.
Yeah.
And she was basically saying that the female body cannot get pregnant through rape because your body is in too much trauma.
Oh, piss.
That's
off.
what we were
That's
taught in school.
Nonsense.
What
Isn't
idiot
that
told you?
Oh my
ridiculous?
God.
Isn't that no? That's
It's
not
a former
ridiculous.
nun who
That's
told me that.
dangerous.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That is dangerous.
You're teaching impressionable young women that, Asher, look,
No, that's
But-
outrageous.
like what you were saying when you were talking about kids first, though, if a woman gets pregnant from a rape, she's going to hate that kid. So that kid
Okay,
is
then
literally going to be.
adopt a child now.
Oh yeah, but,
Yeah,
I'm
but
sa-
then you're making her go through 9 months of...
9 months of being
Don't
like,
care.
this was.
I don't give a shit.
That's where you're wrong.
What's
So wrong.
What's worse? No, what's worse? Killing a baby or a woman having to put up with 9 months of pregnancy?
You're killing a
Death is
okay,
forever.
You're aborting a baby before, like, obviously I don't like. There was a lot of people who went to that abortion march that were like, "Do you believe a girl should be allowed to have an abortion up to 2 weeks before she's her due date?" They were like, "Yeah, it's a woman's body," and I was
No,
like,
which
"That's
is
bullshit."
retarded. I
agree with you.
It's ridiculous. Obviously, it has to be before a certain time.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just.
Yep. No, to be fair, even
Rock.
at like 10 weeks, it is a child.
Oh, I know.
This big. But still.
But still,
I'm
but
still
do you
okay
believe
with
that
that.
the woman should ruin her life based on a life that's not yet been. It's not. It's
In
not.
which circumstance? Rape?
No, or in an abusive relationship or
Yes.
what?
I believe that if the woman becomes pregnant and she's in a relationship and she consents to sex, yes, both the man and the man and wife should, in the best good intentions of a great world that we live in.
In your perfect little world.
In my perfect world, the man and woman should stand up and say, yeah, to hell with it. We made this child. There's a life within you. How the hell can we kill a child just because it's inconvenient to
But
us?
but it's also a circumstantial thing. There's a lot of people who don't necessarily have the money to be able to afford a kid, or maybe it wasn't in their life's plan.
Then why did you
and
have
there's
sex?
people, there's people who take every precaution, and
That
they still.
they're in the vast minority of women
But,
who...
but minority or not, it still happens.
Okay,
So
and
why is it not that woman's choice to make that decision?
Because I believe that in those small, you know, it's a tiny percentage of... just light your lighter, you lunatic. In that small percentage of women that have been taking precautions, I do believe it's quite unfortunate for them to have a baby. But unfortunately, you know, even though you did take the precautions, tough shit. You had sex. You know what can come of this. The statistics are out there. People are not stupid. They know they can get pregnant from having sex. It's very simple. If you don't want the child, don't have sex.
Never
Very
ever
simple.
gonna happen.
Very simple. But see, what happens is because
That's
they
also a
want...
very naive way of thinking about it as well.
Yeah.
No, it's not naive.
It is.
Okay, no, what's naive?
It's a
about
natural
it?
thing. It's
Just
a
'cause no
natural
one wants to
instinct.
diddle you.
What's naive?
Yeah, he's right.
What's naive about what I just said?
Saying that people.
They're not going to have sex because
Yeah.
they're
People
not
aren't going to have sex.
How's that naive? It's not. No,
It's not
what
gonna
I
happen.
said.
No. People are going to have sex.
What I said
It's human
was-
instinct.
What I
Yeah.
said, if you don't want a baby, the answer is very simple: don't have sex. That's not naive. That's really good advice. There's
Okay,
no
okay.
naivety there whatsoever.
But it's stupid to think that people.
Yeah, that's
I know it is.
It's naive
It's-
to think that people are going to do that. It's
Yeah.
not a thing. But like,
Exactly. So there, what's going to happen is that child is going to pay the price for them being stupid and ignoring my good advice.
but what about that person that kid that's going to suffer through a whole life of
A whole
maybe not
life,
being financially stable, or a parent that didn't want them, or that's
Yeah.
always that Irish joke of Jesus, you were in an accident. You know, we were actually finished having kids, and that's always in that kid's mind.
Yep.
In fairness, we were all accidents. The vast
Yeah, right.
majority of us.
I was a blessing.
And then they're
I don't know about
they're a
you.
drain on the government then as well if they end up in a social sort of situation. Where
Social housing.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can't
where
leave
the parents
kids,
don't-
can you?
Like, I don't know, like, if
What?
I would be able to have a kid
can't leave
tomorrow.
kids
If
stuff.
I found out that I was pregnant tomorrow,
But the vast majority of people do
I'm
not
not
plan
ready.
pregnancies. You do know that. It's not a
Obvi-
case
yeah.
of, because we're not, as a species, we're not damn responsible enough to sit down and have these plans made out in
yeah,
front of
and
us.
then there's also the culture as well of girls getting pregnant to get council houses and get.
Yes,
Ding,
that-
I've
ding, ding,
literally
ding,
heard
ding.
this numerous times. That girls, would you not just get Johnny there to get you pregnant there, and she'll get a council house? So you have to.
Yep.
Like, there's people like that bursting their arses every goddamn day of the week working and can barely afford a house to live in, and then there's people who are just willy nilly doing whatever they want just because they want to get a council house.
Let's ask you a question, Ash. If you do something wrong, should I be the victim of whatever it is that you do wrong? Let's say you go out and rob a car tonight. Should I somehow become a victim? Or
was
would it
your
be
car.
okay?
So you're saying the baby is going to be the victim for something that I decided?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's my body. I'm the one that
Oh
caused
yeah,
the
but
baby.
technically it's your body, and all you are is an incubator to that child.
And that baby wouldn't be able to be there if I was dead.
Okay, and that's a terrible
But
argument.
that's like saying we're just sperm donors.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
terrible
there is a lot of
argument.
them as well.
Yeah.
I
There is,
strongly believe if a woman gets
Feckless
pregnant,
cum
if,
shredders.
if it's consensual sex, you know, tough shit. You made the choice to have sex. Maybe you don't want a baby, give it up for adoption. But the last thing on your mind should be murder.
Do you know much about adoption in Ireland?
I do.
Okay.
I do, and I know quite a bit about adoption. in
Okay,
this country.
I don't, because I know I know a few couples who can't have kids and had to go and adopt kids from Vietnam.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because it's quite
So
difficult.
why is it really hard to have or
It's
adopt a
very
baby in
difficult.
Ireland?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why?
It depends on your financial situation. It depends on your age, and it depends on so many things.
So where are all the kids in this country
Who are
who are the people, like, if I was having a baby, where would my baby go?
HSC take care of them? HSC.
Then
But
they just
that's-
end up in a
but that-
house
yeah, but no,
until
that's
they're
not,
18.
that's not to say that we shouldn't loosen the laws around adoption, because we surely should, because there's plenty of couples in this country who cannot conceive children, who would love children, and who would give them the best life possible.
Fact.
So what we should do is loosen the laws around that. Now, not too loose that any, Tom, Dick and Harry
Yeah,
can
throwing
go.
kids out.
Exactly. So, of course, I believe that if you get pregnant and you don't want the child, give it up for adoption. And then you're happy that you know this child is going to get a decent life from two loving
Yeah,
parents.
but then you're always wondering later on in life, what is that child doing?
Okay. But you gave up that right. You gave up that
You
right.
give that up, yeah.
If you want the best for that child, who doesn't want best for kids?
Of course.
But yeah, but once you're giving up that baby for adoption, you don't know if that's the best for that kid.
No, you don't. You're taking your best educated guess at it. You're hoping that it goes to a really decent home. But isn't that a much better alternative than You know what? Out of convenience, let's kill a baby.
Well, okay, look, this is another thing as well. Abortions are going to happen, whether it's legal or it's not.
Yeah.
And they have happened in this country for
Long time.
long time. And do you not think it's safer now that we've legalized abortion, that there's not women having to go over to England on their own because they don't want to tell anybody else? Literally, I read there was a page on Facebook around the whole abortion referendum called In Her Shoes, and it's different women sharing their stories about their abortions or their whatever. Literally, a woman practically nearly bled out on her way home on an airplane on her own because she had to go to a different country to get an abortion.
Yeah.
Or there's people ordering all these tablets online.
I don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel any...
You don't feel sorry for anyone?
No,
so
I don't
fine.
feel
You
sorry
don't.
specifically for that woman, and I tell you why.
Why?
Because she went over to the UK with a life inside her, terminated the life, and she's now complaining that she's suffering the consequences of bleeding. Whoop-de-doo, you just killed somebody voluntarily. Nobody forced you to do that. And now what you're doing is complaining that you're bleeding.
Well, we forced her to do it because
We didn't force her to do
because,
nothing.
No, because we didn't give her a safe option to do it in our country.
I understand that we didn't give her a safe option in this country,
Yeah.
but nobody forced her onto that plane over to the UK. She could have equally said, I'm going to have this baby, and I'm going to give it up for adoption, rather than nearly bleed out on a plane.
Yeah, that was just one example of something. There was other women that were in abusive relationships and ended up getting pregnant and whatever the case was. There was loads of different stories and some of them were fairly horrific. But I don't for a second believe that a woman should ruin her whole life
Yep.
For a baby?
for a baby that doesn't exist. It does.
It
It's
does
not.
exist.
It's as real as that kind of hymen.
No, it
It's
does
not there
exist.
yet.
You do know at the point of conception that a unique DNA strand is created that will tell that child's height, its weight, its eye
yeah.
colour.
No, I'm saying, but that
its-
child's life as a person, as a human being, as a friend, it does not exist.
That's a good point.
So why should
It does
you?
exist.
No, but you don't know the person. That's like saying
Does it-
Santa's real.
Oh,
and
okay.
saying-
Oh, no. But in that case, I genuinely don't know who lives 4 doors down
That's
here.
what I'm saying.
So can I kill them?
No.
That's
Don't know
that's
them.
an established life, is what I'm saying.
Okay, this life has been established upon the point of conception.
According to you.
It hasn't.
According to your opinion.
It hasn't
Yes.
lived a life. It hasn't garnered memories. I understand
Nobody,
that.
yeah, but like there is so many different variables when it comes to a woman having having a baby, and there's also so many scary things that can actually happen during birth,
I get that.
and you're literally putting yourself on the line for a baby that you don't want.
Yeah, we know someone's wife who nearly died.
But yes, Richie.
Oh, we can.
Yeah,
He said it on
he said
air.
it on
Yeah,
air,
yeah.
yeah, he
His wife
said it on
nearly
air.
died on the third pregnancy.
Like it's insane. I know another girl who had a horrific pregnancy or a horrific birth, and she had blood transfusions and everything else after.
I've seen a C-section. It's the
But
worst.
That's horrific as well.
unfortunately, that's the hand you were dealt given your gender. What
yeah,
can,
but
what
why,
can we do
why
about that?
Make our decisions of whether we want to have it or not. That's what we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it does not take away from the fact that you are killing a life, and it is the
In
only...
your opinion.
In your opinion.
No,
And
it's
I
not.
know-
No, hold on a second. It's not my opinion. It's fact. There's a difference between opinion and fact. And the fact is, it's called a termination. You are terminating life. So how can you not wrap your head around that?
Because
this is a
in
life?
I think in me and Ash's opinion, life hasn't started yet.
That doesn't make a blind bit of a difference.
So it's to us.
To you.
No, it makes no difference to you're killing something.
And I'm also going to say to you as well, like what I said earlier on, you have the ability to walk away.
I do.
A woman will have, as soon as that baby is born, there's a maternal instinct that happens. Even if you don't want the baby,
Actually-
you're running the risk of being like,
You're wrong.
looking at the baby and being like,
I don't have the
keep
ability
it.
to walk away. We've just discussed that the courts will make me see my child, that the courts will make me
they won't make
pay
you
for
see the
that
child,
child.
pay for the child, but
Oh,
I'm saying
no, they can be
live
forced.
with the child, put the child through school, put the child through college, feed the child every day, that kind of thing. That's
you
all of
think-
a sudden just put on a woman unwillingly.
But do you think,
And then they're gonna
not
resent the kid
unwillingly, it's not unwillingly.
If they're forced to have a baby and
Well,
they don't want one, is what
do
I'm
you
saying.
think that if men could have baby, that my opinion wouldn't be the same? Be the exact same? If a man, if you were to produce a baby right now, give birth, and I was to blow that child's brains out, I would be done for murder. But you can actually do it, a couple of weeks prior to birth, can have that baby.
Not a couple of
choked
weeks
up.
prior to birth. It's a
We don't
couple
agree
of-
with that.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, but
No, you're trivialising it
No,
when
I'm
you're
not.
talking
No, I'm
like
not.
that.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is there are countries where that is perfectly. I mean, we
Oh,
spoke.
no, we
about
had
that.
it with
course.
Gosnell,
But
yeah.
we don't
But
agree
that's
with that.
horrific.
I don't agree. That's what I'm saying. There's uneducated bandwagon people that were jumping on it at all these rallies going, I'm pro-woman, I'm a feminist, I'm this, that and the other, going, I believe that the woman should be able to make the decision to terminate that pregnancy 3 weeks before the due date.
No.
Horrific. That should
What
never
is the
happen.
difference? What is the difference between a baby being this size, and for people who are listening, 3 inches, up to a full-size baby, only size? What is your opinion in the difference?
Well, the actual way that the abortions are done in those two regards are entirely different too.
Okay.
Yes.
But the end result is the baby ends up dead. So it makes no difference at what point it's done. The end
Absolutely
result is it's a dead baby. No matter what time frame you put on this. Dead kid.
We're not going to agree.
We're not going to agree.
No, we said we'll have an arm wrestle on
It's
air.
fucking quarter to, guys.
No way.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, shit.
damn it,
It's
we're good.
fucking cursing time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. I was being crass. I'm sorry.
You are being crass.
I'm sorry.
Hit him. Give him a
Crass.
slap. No, I was
His
expecting
little
that
noodle arm nearly fell off.
his noodle arms.
Anyway.
Is that a derogatory thing to say to a woman, bitch?
Oh, I hope not.
It's kind of like prick.
Yeah,
Not
but a
to
man
me.
is a prick.
Yeah, a man's a prick and a woman's
Have you
a
ever
bitch.
been called a prick?
Probably.
I've been called prick loads.
I've been called a prick, yeah. I've been called a bitch. But you, Mr. Lynham.
What?
That's insulting to a man to be called a bitch, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a bitch.
Here's a question for you. Why is it insulting to, let's say you say to a gay guy, oh, you're a cocksucker. Technically, he is.
Yeah.
Now, so he get really
Maybe he
offended
doesn't
and
like doing
go,
that.
how dare you? But if you were to say to a man who was straight, you know, you're a pussy licker, you know, they're like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's me. So why do they get offended?
Because
Well,
people like to get offended about everything. And that's
Yep.
That's
there's-
him.
There is certain people that will get offended by everything.
You get offended very easily.
Do you?
Little
Do
bit
I?
of sunlight and that's it. You melt away like the snowflake you are.
I've seen you get very
this
angry.
This quote you
He does
always
get angry,
throw
doesn't
out.
Yeah.
No, I get bored.
Ed's a different
You're
personality on
tedious.
air. Like when he's not on air, all he does is beat me up.
Yep.
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck.
I'm going to rig you from the ceiling and use you as a punching bag.
Do you think that if Ed won the lotto, he'd turn into a Scrooge McDuck, like beating up homeless people and taunting
To be
kids?
honest, I think if Ed won the lottery, he'd probably be dead within the first
Yep.
4 months.
First 4 months.
Oh, thanks.
There's a lot of us that would be doing the
There's a
same.
confidence booster right there.
Go on a
I'm
mad
not even
one
sure
for 2
what to
weeks.
make of that statement because
Could
all
you-
I do is tour buses. I get a tour bus.
No, Ed, what you would do is you would sit in the back of a limousine holding sandwiches out to the homeless and making them run after you.
While
I
recording
wouldn't.
it.
That's yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Pig. How much did you give that homeless man that day down there when I asked you to?
I don't know.
10 cents.
Nothing.
Whatever I had.
Nothing. Not a penny. But you and the other bollocks walked past him. Actually, Riz upstairs.
Right.
Riz is a prick because this homeless guy is sitting there and it's cold and it's miserable and he has his cup out and I put some money into the cup and I said to Riz, give him a few quid, and he's like, no, fuck him. I know.
How do you know he's homeless?
100% he's homeless.
Is that not just a packy in them?
No, he sleeps in a tent in the town.
That's a bit racist.
That was very racist.
It's not racist. No, it's not racist. I would say Packy.
Also, where's Riz
No,
from?
but I insinuate.
Pakistan.
I
Oh,
insinuate.
he's actually from Pakistan.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
says Paki himself.
His nickname is
Well, he's
Paddy.
allowed.
When he's talking about other people from Pakistan,
Oh, we call Riz
he
brown.
refers to them as brown people and Paki bastards.
Well, that's him though.
There's zero racism.
And his
in,
pet name for him is Paki.
Yeah, there's zero racism in describing someone's nationality. We're Paddies. We're
Well,
Irish.
Paddy's is considered
Paddies.
derogatory. Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
Yeah, but yeah, come on, who's
bullshit.
taking offence to that?
No, there is people who do take offense.
Of course.
Who?
People.
Morons.
Stupid.
I know a
people.
guy who was in Australia and was called a paddy,
So?
but it was in a derogatory sense. I guess maybe.
No,
maybe
when I was over in the UK, I was always called a Mick.
Mick.
A Mick.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, a Mick.
It kind of depends how it's directed towards someone.
Well, the fact that it's called a paddy wagon around Irish people, though.
Yeah, well that's
That's a good
is a
one.
reference to Irish people, yeah.
But the homeless guy, in anyway,
yeah.
Riz walked straight past him. And then we got back into the van and he decided, now the guy was sitting right outside the van window looking in at us while he opened his sandwich, Riz did, and ate the sandwich in front of the guy. I was like, you asshole, you couldn't give him a penny. Now you're sitting in front of him eating a sandwich while he's freezing his ass off. You scabby bastard.
He is pretty tight.
He is. But
mean, like-
that is the Pakistani coming out on him. Because
There
they're
you go.
so tight with money.
Yeah.
Ridiculously
He's
tight over there.
I never have money. I'm always broke. Don't ask me how. Wonder.
I wonder.
I wonder. But Riz is worse than me. Is
Maintenance?
Oh, the devil M word.
Anyway, Riz would be worse than me, you said.
Yes.
He never has money.
So I wonder, can we actually stifle him actually getting anywhere with Andrea?
Oh,
don't.
interesting.
I wonder
Can we not do this right now?
I wonder, could we stifle that relationship from going any further in, you know,
There's nothing
in what happened
with
the other
any
night?
female.
You know, because she specifically did say to him, did you show that picture to anybody?
That picture.
That picture.
That picture he immediately showed to people.
You always have to
Immediately.
assume that any guy who has a picture of any girl is probably
It's
going to
being
show it to
shown.
their
Yeah,
friends.
He's over there shitting
These are the
himself.
only people I showed it to. Okay.
No, but I've been shown like videos and pictures of girls on the lads and like, oh, it's pure funny, and some girl twerking that she sent. Like, it's just weird.
Well,
I don't
and
understand.
Look, Andrea, I'm sorry, it's a sexy pic.
it isn't a very nice pic. I have to say.
you couldn't see anything anyway, so it's
You
fine.
could see her voluptuous bum.
You can't tell.
Well,
what it
yeah,
is,
you
though.
could see that. That was about it.
Yeah, but in fairness,
Anyway,
It was a tasteful shot.
I showed them the picture.
yeah, you did.
You fucking pricks.
You're raging over there, aren't you?
I'm alright.
Yeah, well, don't do it again.
Is it the hue off the on-air light, or are you gone red?
A little bit.
Are you starting to sweat?
Yeah, a little
over
bit.
there?
Oh no, the LEDs up there on red.
You
now.
dick.
Well, Andrea, if you're listening, send in a text. Any messages there coming
Send
in?
in a pic.
Send us a pic in, yeah.
Oh wow.
Any messages coming in there? You're not really doing your job quite well tonight. There was no mention from the sponsors, no nothing.
We did the sponsor 3 times.
You didn't do it after the break?
You left the room
You didn't do it after the break? Ass face.
because we got into the serious stuff.
Yeah, but it was your job to go, oh, the sponsor.
Social keyword XYZ.
And who are they?
They are their website that you can go to. And you can put all of your social media in one place. All your media.
Oh, God.
What?
You're so bleeding
You're
terrible. at
bleeding
this.
terrible. Yeah, and
I
shout
mean,
out-
you could at very least script it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's one
You've
thing.
done-
Is this
you've done
coming
an
from the guy
advert.
who never ever plans his shit heap? Is this?
What's the point? What's the point in planning anything?
Well, did we
A
tell him to
shithead
plan?
could reveal themselves at any moment.
Take the heat off me there for a minute, thanks.
And back to Nathan.
Yeah, so no, the sponsor, shout out to sponsor socialqr.xyz, and just go check it out for yourself. Have a look. It's really good. Look, we play an ad every 3 times a show.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Well, this is called a readout. You're supposed to do this.
I'm not reading out.
No, you're holding a can of
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Supernatural Dogshit, the podcast that plays like local radio.
Any guests coming up that we should mention?
Ooh, next
quite a
week
few.
is
Next week's a good week.
maybe our best.
Well, well, we can't take away from our guest tonight.
Very true.
You know, she did a great performance.
Yeah.
And it's all an act. She doesn't believe in anything she said, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's all scripted.
I'm not even a
here.
real person.
yeah.
She's not here.
I'm
This
actually
is
a reptile.
It's a
She's
computer.
AI.
Shout
Oh.
out to Richie.
One of Richie's reptiles.
No, next week we have a really good week. We have Fierce Pox on the show on Tuesday night.
Yes.
Absolute
It should
legend.
be said that his name is Pierce Fox.
No, it's Fierce Pox.
Yeah, but people don't understand that.
And then the same night at 10 p.m. Oh, Richie never called in tonight. I just realised.
Richie, you asshole.
But anyway, the same night at 10 p.m. Brianna Davis, who has her own podcast, she's 30,000 followers on Instagram,
35.
35,000 followers.
Mhm.
She'll be on the show.
And Mr. Gary Cunningham.
Oh, next Thursday,
Thursday,
Gary
yeah.
Cunningham.
Yeah, he's going to be here all night. Also, great news.
he wrote the book.
Good news, everyone. I got a text message this morning from Dean Cain. Superman, Dean Cain.
The guy who played Superman
What?
in the movie.
Yeah. I got a text message this
Not the
morning.
movie, in the TV show.
Oh,
Wasn't it?
sorry. I think you're
TV
right.
show. TV
Yeah,
show,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he was the guy who was in the Gosnell movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he texted me this morning. He sent me an email address. I have to contact that email address, and he'll be coming on the show.
He's a big deal.
Awesome.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Superman.
I mean, like Brianna Davis on Tuesday will be the most followed person we'll have on the show so far.
Yeah, and then we also have Davey Oliver Joyce, who's going to come in and do the fitness
Yes.
challenge for us. He's going to organise the whole thing.
I'm actually really looking forward to talk to him.
So am I. He should be a good interview. You crack
is
your
a
can of Excelsior.
Excelsior.
We should get
Oh.
sponsored by them,
That's sore.
at the very least. What's the can on the shelf behind you, by the way? Please tell me that's not piss again.
It's Stella. So basically, yeah.
Stop
Stella.
leaving
Can
your
you believe
cans
this? Hold
the
on.
shelf.
Can you believe this? They were drinking Stella back in 1366.
Yes.
Yeah, but they used to have to chew it.
Hold on. 1366.
I swear.
1366. Bullshit. Where's the oldest pub in the world?
Sean's
Five
Bar in
Lamps?
Athlone.
Thank you very much.
Is that true though?
Yes, it is.
Because there's a pub in Dublin that claims to be the oldest pub as
yeah.
well.
The
I think
Brazen
it's
Head.
The Brazen Head
I
or
used
the
to
Turk's
work-
Head. Or
I was a
something, yeah.
chef there for a year and a half. I used to work there.
Yeah, apparently Sean's Bar is the oldest.
Yeah, they do claim it's the oldest bar in the world.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
No, as in the one in Dublin.
No, yeah, but it's not. It's the one, Sean's Bar.
Nah, it's Brazen Head.
That's Sean's Bar. We can fight about this if you like.
Like Athlone is a. Yeah, it's Kip.
Shithole. I was about to say.
Do you remember your man that in Athlone that had his head mashed in? He was murdered under the bridge. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
It was two homeless people ganged up on him and beat the shit out of him for a couple of cans of alcohol.
Oh, when
They
was
literally danced on his head so much that the front of his face met the back of his skull.
Oh,
Jesus.
I don't remember
Yeah.
hearing this. When was that?
Long time ago, maybe
Damn.
15 years ago.
About
No,
the-
Jesus, about
no.
18 years ago.
Okay, I was 10, that's why I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I was living in Athlone.
Oh,
That's
God.
how I know. Yeah, we actually went out and made tea for the police that were standing around the crime scene.
That's horrific.
Yeah. The poor cop who saw it told me exactly that was the description he gave me, was that the front of his face had met the back of his head. But the two people were caught.
Actually, I just realised something. We also have another guest on the show on the 20th of October.
Okay, who's that?
A friend of mine,
Okay.
Gary. Shout out Gary. He's been working in Paddy Power for a very long time, and he's going to come in and just discuss gambling with us. It's going to be really good.
Nice.
He's a very good friend of mine, so we'll have a good crack that night.
But I'm assuming because Gary is working in the industry, it's like he's going to come on and promote that rather
No.
I worked in the same industry for about 7
Oh,
years.
he calls it hell. Like there's
Yeah.
no outside light.
But sure, he'll get sacked if he comes on and says that.
He won't. They love him.
You'll I don't know. Have you
I know a
gone?
guy who used to work in a casino. He's had some horror stories.
I got held up at gunpoint in the bookies.
Yeah, he got robbed as well. He told me stories of people coming in with 50 grand cash on bets, like crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
we used to have one guy who used to come in with a 10 grand check. And it would be on stupid stuff. It'd be like Dublin to beat like Fermanagh or something. And it'd be like 1 to 100.
What's the biggest payout you've ever seen?
33,000 euro in cash.
How much did he put on?
Euro.
What?
Euro millions. 5
Oh
euro,
my
5 euro.
lord.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you pay it out?
There was 8 of us counted
Wow.
on. Yeah.
So, did you get a cut of it?
Oh, guess how much we got out of that tip?
Go
Yeah.
on.
None.
What a
Not a
stingy
euro.
bastard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I've heard,
not a euro.
heard stories of Gary getting like 500 quid off tips. and stuff.
We've gotten tip. We got a tip actually one time for it was a voucher for a restaurant, and there was no amount on it. So when we all
Unlimited.
there was 4 of us, and we all tried to take the night off, and we went to the restaurant. We were kind of like, look, how much is the actual voucher for? Because we want to know what we have to spend or whatever. And he was like, whatever you want.
Wow.
And have you ever had people coming in literally counting their pennies? Like that's how broke they are?
Yeah, 10 cents and 5 cents and.
And is there such thing as a 10-cent bet? Really?
Mm-hmm.
They would take that money off a person?
Aiden.
Yes.
It backfired. It's all Gucci.
What is?
The Andrea.
Oh, Andrea texted in.
Fuck you.
Oh, thanks very much.
Your plan backfired.
Well, Andrea, nice ass.
Oh, Jesus, Aiden.
Here's one for you though. I doubt there's any girls in the world that are going around with a dick pic on the front going, "Lord, look at that." There's no things any girl has ever opened a dick pic been like, "Oh God,
I have a
damn."
thing. I have a thing with dick pics. I don't ever, never. Not really my thing. Never have. Like
That's all I do.
Twice in my life, maybe.
I'm a prolific dick picker.
And and last night. But anyway.
Last night?
Dick pics are trash. They don't.
Oh,
look good.
hold on. No, I can't say it on air. No, you're nodding and saying no. I won't say nothing.
Thank you.
It's fine.
Aiden's obsessed with dick pics.
I'm obsessed with dicks. I don't like
What?
them. But I draw them everywhere I go. Where's the
That's a man thing.
Oh, you had something to talk about, Aiden.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, he drew dicks
Remember
all
he
over
wrote-
his skin packet.
Remember you wrote something down before he went? Uber gay porn or something. You're going to tell a story?
Oh yeah. What
Oh,
was
the
that?
Uber gay porn stuff. So yeah.
I gotcha.
We were here yesterday, and I decided to type in super mega gay porn, and it came up Google Images,
Yeah.
and it came up with a guy whose asshole had what's it called again?
Prolapse.
Prolapse anus.
and it looked like a pink sock.
Oh, it's
hanging out of the
awful.
arse.
God.
And then there was other guys who literally had up to their elbow inside a man's
Intestines
ass.
coming back out. Like.
There was
Literally.
pictures of that too.
Awful.
There was. We also then googled post-operative vaginas for
Yeah,
transgenders, which are some of them are pretty decent.
Pretty
You-
convincing.
Like you'd look at it and go,
They take a big lump of skin off your back
Oh,
and
no,
then
yeah,
make
no.
a dick out of
Or
it.
your thigh or something. No?
and they invert your dick. But then when you look at the post-operative women to men, what a hack job!
Women.
It looks
Oh,
like a
yeah.
sausage
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah. Like in Thailand, they're so convincing.
Oh, the
So
lady
convincing.
boys.
Yeah.
Oh, have you been?
No.
But if
I
let's,
wanna.
let's say you got with a lady boy and you didn't know it was a lady boy and you put your hand down and there was a penis there, what would you do? What would
Whoa,
you-
no, I wouldn't. I didn't. I would check that for 100%
How would you check it?
by asking.
And what if they said no and then you
Well,
found
then
it?
see you later.
And would you not just continue on, considering your mate?
No way. No way.
I think you would.
No, honest to God, no way.
I think
No.
there's a bit of a gay streak in you and you're just not admitting it.
Tried it, didn't like it.
Did you though?
Yeah, man.
With who?
Man, you know me.
With who?
I love vagina.
Michael?
Love. Fuck off. Maybe.
So no, did you have a gay experience?
Yeah.
Like with who?
I kissed the guy when I was younger, like.
Oh no, I've never
That's not
kissed a
necessarily
guy.
a gay experience,
Oh.
is it?
Yeah,
It's
gay.
When it
It's
gets
gay.
Well, actually, you know what? I guess since I was older, I haven't
It's
had a
a gay
proper
thing to
a
do.
proper one.
Yeah, the only gay experience I had was crossing swords with the neighbour boy next door.
Yeah.
That was it. Ed,
Never
What?
since then.
a gay experience?
No.
You saying no? As if you're the biggest pervert in this room.
Yeah, but
No.
I'm a straight pervert.
Can I just say, wow, you admitted it?
What?
On air, that you're a pervert?
Yeah,
and
we
a
had
wh-
this discussion
And a
months
white
ago.
knight.
I'm not a white knight.
You can't be both.
You can't be both.
He's a pervert.
I can't be an open
yes, you can.
pervert and be a white knight.
You can, because you can meet a woman who's not here to show, and you can say, oh yeah, I think, feminism is awesome. Now can you suck my dick?
I have a question for Ash. Do you think women can be perverts?
Of course.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Are they? Are most of them? Like, are they as bad as us?
Like the way they talk about men?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Definitely not. I work with all guys and it's all I hear all the time.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the worst you've heard?
Not
Just normal, like
yeah, just lads being lads.
It's just
some arse on her. Like, look at her arse. That's it's not
Or
good.
this is what we did last night, or
Oh.
blah blah.
So would they go into detail?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't want to know.
And do girls do that now?
No, that's
Not
still
as,
a
I would say
trashy
it
thing to
happens,
do.
but it's not.
Like
as
he
free.
gave me an unbelievable lick out. No.
No.
Okay.
Well, see, no, I
I think girls kind of tend to hold that stuff to their closer to their chest than men.
I personally don't want to hear other men's sex stories. No
Yeah.
interest in it whatsoever.
No.
Couldn't give a shit if you had sex last night.
It's more of a
Well,
show off kind of thing.
We want the sex gong though.
We do, because that's
we want
hilarious.
the sex gong because that's funny and it doesn't go into detail.
Yeah,
you,
but
you know
What?
the sex gong?
No, I was about to ask.
So you know what a gong is? Gong.
Yeah.
So we want to develop an app that when you, like, say all of us download the app, whenever you have sex, you hit the sex gong and all your friends get told you just had sex.
yeah, I was talking to him last night about it, and he was like, 2 gongs a month for free, 99 cents a month for unlimited.
There you go.
But it's a good idea. And he said it's a real simple app to make.
Oh, it'd be so simple.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he's gonna make it first.
If he's listening, get on that, you lazy asshole.
He doesn't listen.
Asshole.
Yeah.
He only listens when his ad is being played.
He has 2 kids. He's busy.
He does. We've only a minute
Oh,
left.
well,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
sometimes we.
That tonight is one
Yeah,
of them
yeah,
nights.
fair.
In fairness, it's been low energy all night from you two as well. I just think I've been awesome.
You told me not to crack jokes anymore.
I told you not to crack jokes when we're talking about rape.
But like,
Yeah.
I mean, what
wait,
type
was
of...
I didn't joke about rape.
No, but you were cracking jokes during the rape
in the
talk.
midst of the chat.
I'm just trying to lighten it up a little bit.
You shouldn't.
It's like I said, it's an Irish way of doing things. Like
Yeah.
if something gets
we-
really
we-
uncomfortable, it's just
we
make a
use
joke.
humor to deal with trauma, like
I'm okay for that, at the end
Well-
of the show.
yeah.
But not when we're, trying to be serious and discuss things seriously, and then you come out and, make a stupid joke. Because
Serious.
your jokes aren't even fucking funny.
You laugh.
I don't.
You've got dirt puns.
When was the last
Your
time?
jokes are bad and you should feel bad.
Puns are great.
When was the last time you seen me pissing myself laughing?
I don't think I ever have.
Exactly, 'cause you're not that
Does
funny.
that mean that Nathan's not
No.
funny, or you don't find anything funny?
No, nothing. He
No, I
finds
do. I find stand-up comedians hilarious. Dara O'Brien, love him.
Yeah,
Ray's
he's an
balking in
intelligent guy,
the back garden at the house.
Who?
Ray's was thrown up in the back
That was
garden of the house.
hilarious. Actually, I find other people's discomfort very funny.
I noticed
Very
that.
funny.
The kid
And
falling down, or the old woman accidentally walking into the glass
Yeah,
door.
I
And you're
love it.
totally not supposed to laugh, but you do.
There was something really bad. Oh, Daniela, I'm going to tell a story about you on air, if you're listening.
She is.
So Daniela was up in the takeaway the other night, and I was standing behind the counter, and this asshole, Nathan, had ordered at like 11:45
But the order didn't come in.
garlic cheesy chips with bacon.
Garlic curry bacon cheese chip.
And
No curry.
the order didn't go through because the machine was down. So it was like 12:05, and the machine started printing out all these receipts. So she cancelled most of them, said, well, I have to give him his food. So she left the grills and shit on just to make his food for him.
Because she loves me.
And as she was running across, one of the guys had mopped the floor.
Oh no.
And she slid forward and she plowed, with some force into the table. And the cheesy chips just went whoop up in the air.
No way.
Is that why there was bits of hair on them?
All over her.
Please tell me there's CCTV of that.
Yeah, I hope there is. But she was actually on the phone to a customer while this was happening. And I couldn't control myself. I immediately screamed with laughter because that type of stuff is just hilarious.
Yeah.
But now we get to the point where I tell you, Nathan, that those chips, you ate them. It wasn't a case of cooking fresh chips. Are you mental?
Did she?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously? No, I'll be honest now.
I am being serious.
Oh,
Yeah.
raging.
No, I'm only messing.
So I thought you rubbed your dick in it, to be fair, when you brought it up to me. I was very dubious of it. I was like,
So would I be.
The secret ingredient is knob cheddar.
Smegma.
Smegma.
I even gave you a tip.
You did give me a tip. €2. Was it euro?
Why would you give him a tip?
Exactly.
Because it's a thing.
Yeah.
You,
All right.
you
If
have
If you're
to,
in
man.
if you're in a service industry, it's
You have to, man.
Yeah, I find people who don't tip just pricks.
But tipping, especially in the bar trade, has only actually become a thing now.
Yeah, that's it. It's a real American thing.
But since we're doing food and table service, it's the only time people are tipping now because they're getting the bill.
It's good for you though.
And do you make much tips?
We split our tips every day. So whatever we get that day, we split between whoever's working.
Yeah. And on average, how much?
It all depends. Like there could be nights where it'd be a Monday or Tuesday and you wouldn't make much, and then there's other nights you'd make about 40 quid each or 30 quid each. I just put mine into my tattoo jar at home.
I think when I used to work in the Greville, I think they do it in the Greville, like they split it at the end of the month, and each person could get like 400, 500 quid.
Shut up, Nathan. We're not interested in you. Explain tattoo jar.
As in, I'm going to get a tattoo and I'm putting them on.
How many have you got now?
I don't know.
You've lost count?
A lot.
I don't really count them. Yeah, they're kind of all melded into one at this point.
So it's a big thing. Oh, I see colour tattoos. It's the one thing I don't like is colourful tattoos.
Aiden, you have to show her your tattoos on air.
Oh, my...
Do it.
Gay
Do it.
Ones.
My really
and
gay
let's judge them. Come on.
Okay, so let me explain what happened here for you.
Yes.
I was in the army when I was 17.
Right.
And we were let out for the weekend, and we all decided we were going to go and get tattoos.
All I hear is excuses.
I had 30 pounds on me at the time, and this is all I could afford. I said to the guy, what can I get for 30 quid? He pointed at it and goes, that? And I went, yeah, sure, I'll have that. Now, the only problem is, I have seen this tattoo many times on women.
Is it on your lower back?
No, it's on my arm. Whip out, you fill up the airtime.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Tattoos on lower backs, and people call it like your
tramp stamp.
That's stupid.
I have a tramp stamp.
No, it's in like it shouldn't mean that. Or the new tramp stamp was like
under the boob thing.
Yeah, but like it's not an issue. It's putting art.
That was actually a thing
nice.
on
It's
Instagram
art.
actually a couple of weeks ago. There's this new Me Too tattoo page on Instagram, quite controversial. A lot of tattoo artists are getting called out for being inappropriate.
Look at that, Ash.
How gay is that?
And look how faded it is.
Look at her reaction.
She can't even look at it.
Genuinely went,
Now that you mention it, I do know a chick who has that tattoo.
That's the cat that was in Sussex.
That's the what?
The big cat that they saw on the CCTV.
For those listening, I'm just going to throw it up my Instagram real quick, just to.
No, just Instagram it there. Take a picture.
So I'm
of it and
doing.
show
Throwing it up
everybody.
my Instagram real quick. If you listened,
Take a picture.
It's coming.
Yeah, but you have to be over close.
I know. There we go.
This is Nathan taking a picture of my really homosexual tattoo.
Oh,
but I do have more homosexual tattoos to show.
Yeah, there's more.
I do.
So on a 1 out of 10, that gets a 0.
One.
How old is that tattoo?
Oh, like I was 17. I'm 40 now.
Wow.
23 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 23 years old.
Come on.
It's a young woman, an old tattoo.
Why don't just take your top off?
No, because I'm
Take
fat.
your top
Who
off.
cares?
Get naked.
I've seen those panther tattoos done pretty well though. You probably could get it fixed if you want.
Well,
You could.
I was an idiot.
Or just get it removed.
Because when I left the
Well,
army,
laser's so not worth it. Oh,
when I left the army, I decided to get another tattoo, and it was another panther.
I love how you say it when I left the army. How long were you in the army for?
5 months. 5
So
months.
you didn't even become anything.
No, I couldn't handle the pressure. People coming in and shouting.
Sorry, I just
at
had to out you there,
You're like,
sorry.
piss off with your shouting at me and your fucking Shomra Ara room.
I couldn't do
detention
it.
Bullshit.
No.
Come on, keep talking, Nate.
Could not
you
do
can
it.
get a lot. Yeah, the money is good, but
Money sucks.
Only when you work your way up.
oh yeah. But I know like lads are going away like for 5 months, 6 months to coming home
Yeah.
with like 35 grand.
And you get your
There's a lot
pension
of
for life.
soldiers were
Yeah.
getting dirt pay though. There was a big thing about it last year. Oh god.
So
there is.
bad.
What's your
Oh, wait,
There's
hold
a
on.
look at that. Turn that around to me.
Take a proper look at it.
Does it have a mohawk?
I'm
It
confused
does have
about
a mohawk.
Is this the mouth? Is that the mouth?
That's the mouth going around like that.
Why?
Sunglasses, a mohawk, and it's the Irish flag.
It looks like a shit Motorhead cover.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
It's like we're in a shitty metal band.
And again,
Say that again.
not the gayest
It looks
tattoo
like
I
a
have.
shit Motorhead cover.
Hang on. Why is the top jaw and the bottom jaw going in different
that's why I'm
directions?
Dislocated. I
confused.
don't
It's
know.
totally dislocated.
I have no idea.
That is well naff, man.
Super naff.
Oh wow.
With your little furry effigy on
And
your arm
again, not the gayest tattoo I have.
Yeah. So anyway, it's on my Instagram. Oh, I have to take a third picture now. God damn it.
Oh yeah.
So the gayest tattoo I have has a better story. So years ago, you remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Are you going to whip out your cock?
No, Nathan. Not now. Later on.
Okay.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, we all remember?
Yeah.
Right, so my brother was a huge fan, had all the like VHS tapes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And there was a guy in it called Angel. You remember Angel?
Oh, I remember it.
Very good looking dude, but he had a tattoo on his back of an angel. And I said to my brother,
God.
oh, that's a nice tattoo. And my brother sketched it from the screen. I brought it into a guy in town here in Mullingar.
I know exactly where you got that tattoo.
And he done...
Same place I got mine.
Same place I got my first one.
Yeah.
Oh.
He gave me an angel on my back, and it's literally from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Show us.
So gay.
Show us.
So gay. Ed, you're going to have to help me with this one.
Because he's so fat he can't get his top off.
Yeah.
You big waste of space, yeah. He's useless. Like Davy Joyce is coming to do the challenge with us.
Fitness.
Fitness. Oh God! For everybody at home, it looks.
Oh God, it's awful.
What would you? Sorry.
Take a picture of that.
I'll take a picture. Okay. Fill the airtime there, Ed.
Look who you're asking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just shut your mouth.
Somebody talk.
Everybody has bad tattoos. I don't know.
What's your worst tattoo?
I had a tattoo, obviously, because I'm a makeup artist. I got a tattoo of a lipstick on my arm, and then I started working in a nightclub. And the general consensus was, why have you got a dick tattooed on your arm?
Oh.
And it was said to me for a year, and the initial tattoo cost me 70 quid. The cover-up cost me 280.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And I never wanted to
Buy
get colour
cheap,
on
buy
that arm.
twice.
That's it. The same guy did a tattoo on my back, and it's like braille.
Do you think all tattoos should have a story behind them?
No.
I don't.
No.
So I go, why'd you get that tattoo? Because I looked at it and I liked it and I wanted
Have you
it.
seen mine? They're utterly pointless. They're the most pointless tattoos you'll ever see.
I'm getting a tattoo.
I have a Count Tornado tattoo.
Have you?
I do.
What?
Count Tornado.
Is it in a place we can see it?
Yeah, it's right there.
No way.
Show us.
Oh my God.
On the count.
We all get them in brick top tattoos.
I don't have any tattoos, but
Unreal.
I'm actually getting a tattoo from these two fuckers.
Yes, you are.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not called tattooing, that's called scratching.
Well,
have you heard of a Welsh comedian who had a Battenberg tattooed? No, a potato.
Rod Gilbert. And the case of the Battenberg tattoo. Flaming Battenberg
But
tattoo.
he also had a potato.
Did he?
Tattooed.
A tatty.
A fucking potato on his arm. The most pointless. He thought, what's the most pointless tattoo I can get? Should draw a potato on there.
yeah, I have a comment from Richie. He says, I have no bad tattoos. Does he?
Does he have tattoos? Richie has
He has
tattoos.
loads of tattoos.
Yeah, but are they bad ones?
No.
They're all good, really high quality ones.
Well, he started getting tattooed when he was older, though, didn't he? So it's not like I was 17, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tattoo.
Like this.
Like this retard.
So the angel on my back, you got to look at that one, yeah?
Oh, I did.
Right, how crap is that?
Awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. man.
It's cheesy.
It's so bad.
At least she's honest.
I love where I got the exact same tattoo. And I was 16 when I got my first tattoo, which just shows the fact that it reflects on the shop, really. Of if a guy is tattooing you when you're 16, he's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Same guy is actually an amazing artist. He just hates being a tattoo artist.
Well,
that's
I've
true,
literally
yeah.
seen women getting tattooed right up to the edge of their crotch. Like on their leg, the inside of their leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get tattooed around there.
Okay.
The pain of that.
I'd say that hurt, yeah.
I was just about to say, would that not be like
Horrific.
excruciating?
I have
pain?
my thigh done, and that was awful.
What was the worst place you got tattooed? Like pain wise.
I have my ribs done.
Ribs are meant to be really bad.
It wasn't that bad. No, I don't know whether it was just because of the day it was in it, and the guys in the shop were just making us laugh the whole time. But it wasn't as bad. I think my back or my thigh was probably the worst. But in fairness, anyone who says that tattoos don't hurt are liars. Oh, it's nice. Like, I find it really relaxing. Bullshit.
But it's not terrible.
I'm becoming
It's
more.
grand. I
of a
love the start of it and all, and
It just feels like it's
after
boring.
like 2 hours, you're kind of like, oh,
I swell
God,
like
yeah.
crazy when I'm getting tattooed. So it's just like.
But what does it feel like to you? To me, it was like it was boring.
Yeah, it was burning. Like, if majority of my bigger pieces are like, it goes line work, then a colour, then a lighter version of that colour. So you're just going around and around in a circle, and you're getting more and more swollen. It's like being stabbed in an open wound over and over again. I can only sit for about 4 hours now. I can't do. Although we're going up to Belfast in 2 weeks to get tattooed, and
Anto, have you any tattoos?
None.
This will be my first.
Yeah, I don't
So
have
you're
any.
actually going to get one?
Oh yeah.
Give him the mic there.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
So you have 0 tattoos.
0 tattoos.
And what are you getting? What's going to be your first tattoo?
I'm getting forearm Celtic Tree of Life into loads of dot work.
Who's breathing?
That's
Me.
yeah,
Soz.
yeah. That was
I got asthma. I got asthma.
Have you got asthma?
I do.
Oh, sorry. No, I missed your. What was it? What are you getting done?
Celtic Tree of Life all over the forearm into.
So you're getting the sleeve done.
Yeah.
How much is that going to cost?
Probably about 400.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a lot of money to spend on a tattoo.
We're doing a day each. So.
But like I've waited. I've been always like, oh, I want to get such and such a tattoo, but what if I regret it?
Right.
I genuinely just waited until now to actually get something.
And he's amazing. So.
Well, you know, I was actually going to get these stupid ones covered up because I absolutely hate them. What I was going to get a sleeve done, And I priced it here in town, and the money was, I can't remember what it was, but it was just fucking ridiculous money. I then priced a place over in Portugal, which came highly recommended. Your man's work is amazing. He does the 3D stuff as well, really, really good. I could get a holiday and a tattoo for half the price over in Portugal.
There's like the tattoo industry now in Ireland. There's like a lot of people have gotten into their grooves. Like, you know, there's like one-stop tattoo shops. You could get a picture of your dead grandmother, or you could get like a flower, or you could get like, you know, but yeah. Now, most people don't do everything now. They're
When you say dead grandmother, do you mean when she's dead, or just your dead grandmother?
just your dead grandmother.
No, people get commemorative.
I know, you gobshite. I'm taking the piss. For God's sakes.
Yeah, but
We're gone 12 minutes over time.
12 minutes over, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Rubbed his back. I felt very naked there for a minute. It's weird.
That's probably because you are naked.
Not yet.
Right, so we're going to say goodnight. It is that time of the night, and we will see you next week on Tuesday, when we will have Brianne Davis and Pierce Fox.
Yeah, seriously, guys, tune in Tuesday. It's actually going to be an unbelievable
from
show.
9 o'clock. I would like to thank Ash for coming into the studio tonight. Thank you very much, Ash.
thanks for having me.
I'd like to thank Mr. Lynham.
Thank you.
And I would like to thank Mr. Dark Soul Harris.
Sound.
And on that unifying chorus, what is it you say every night before I go off here?
Shut your face, Aiden.